good? It's your boy. I should just play the drops. I don't know why I bother to say my own name. Do we have drops?
Big Jibbah. Big Jibbah.
What's up, connoisseur? What's good? We in the building. How we living, dude? Killjoy, what's happening, player? If y'all got any music you want me to listen to, you want me to review the shit, send it through. We're listening to it today. Boom, boom, yeah. Music stream coming up, hopefully, if I sort out my studio. Hey, W, if you need help sorting things out, you can always ask people on our Discord over here. A lot of times, I've helped a lot of people set up studios in the past, so if you run into problems, I might be able to offer some insight, or I'll just say I don't know. But I'll tell you if I don't know. I only have AI music for now. That's fine. As long as you tell me it's AI music, that's fine, man. Someone tried to sneak an AI song in last stream. We sniffed it out. They tried to say they made it themselves. Why you lying? Orlando Graves was goody. Big Jibbah, who got the keys to my Bimmer? Nobody. I don't fit in Beamers, actually. I do not fit in Beamers. I'm only in large 4-doors. Every 4-door Beamer I've been in, though, is uncomfortable. Especially the front seat, bro. For some reason, the BMWs have a dashboard that sticks out all the way to your fucking ribcage. God damn it, Kickbots. Get out of here, dude. What time is it? I'm in the West Coast. I'm in Seattle, so PDT. 5'9" here, no such drama. Eddie, you're 5'9", dude. Balling out here, dude. Tall as hell, dude. How dare you, dude? I'm 6'4", so it's a struggle sometimes for vehicles, airplanes, porta potties. I don't do them. I don't fit. I don't bother. Some things were just not designed for tall people. Your wife's brother's near 7 feet tall. Doorways are a struggle for that poor bastard. Yeah, man. Boo. What up, Cosmic Blake? On the YouTube side, my buddy who gave me the nickname Big Jibbah, he's 7'2", and it's a trip going anywhere with him. I've been to some Mariners games with him. That is funny as hell, dude. To go to a sporting event with a 7-footer. Yeah. Well, he's shrunk because he's in his 50s or probably 60s now. So he's shrunk. He's smaller now. But in his heyday, 7'2". When I first met him, he was at least 7'1". I measured him like multiple times in front of people. But yeah, we went to a Mariners game one time. We couldn't sit in our seats, bro. They put us out in right field and let us like. He got to like stretch his legs out over 3 aisles. Like 3 rows rather. It was crazy. We had like decent seats and we went down to him and he was like, no shot, big dog, I'm not getting in there. I was like, yep, that makes sense. And then he had me walk like 20 paces behind him while we just walked through the stadium, like in a circle. And you'd be surprised how many people just did double takes, dude. Everyone just turns around after they walk past him. Yeah, dude. Jean-Claude Van Damme did, dude. Yeah, he's basically doing the splits across it. Your roommate in college was 7'2", basketball player? Yeah, dude. It's tough out here, dude. Dang, us big guys have some trouble. Cosmic Blake, how tall are you, dog? How tall are you, dog? You out here tall as hell? You probably already told me that and I didn't know, dude. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, I must have forgot. I'm 6'4", 6 feet 4 inches. That's where the big comes from. Also, just big in like in general width as well. 6'2" to 6'4", and you're only 16. Oh, you about to be like 6'5", 6'7", dude. Hey, W edit, good stuff, dude. Good stuff, edit. Hey, All right, if anybody's having trouble getting in the Discord, please let me know. We're trying to make sure everybody's got their roles. Look like you got the roles. Boom, 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 boom. I'm 5'9". I look like a kid next to you. Hey, most people are around your height. I'm the weird one. Cosmic Blake says, I'm built like a brick shithouse. What does that even mean? A sine wave is different. That's what those subway jugglers do. Oh, you mean like the mimes? You talk about mimes, dude? Dude, mimes, the street performers were TikTok before the days of social media, dude. Yeah, the sign people did. Hell yeah, dude. Those guys scare the shit out of me. That'd be like if your kid was getting into miming, I'd be like, we gotta seek immediate help. You were called the Jolly Green Giant when you played football. Are you green as well? We're learning a lot about you. Perfect people to mug, dude. What about those ones that explode? You know, the landmines. I see what you did there. That was a dad joke right there, 100p. 100p dad joke. Where's Arnold at when you need him? Where's Arnold at? That's a dad joke. We're redeeming that. Put Arnold right here. There he is. There he is, dude. Miming, hurting animals, enjoying real lives of Mormon wives whilst being male. There are red flags. Yeah. Bro, the real lives of Mormon wives. I hear about that show from my wife. Those bitches sound crazy. That last one was real specific. I feel like something's going on here. That last one was highly specific, my G. Doo-nee-doo. Yeah, that's wild. He said that was hella specific, though. Hold up. Let me find out. Let's warm up here while we get ready for feedback. Gotta get the mind right. Your wife, you trying to get you to watch it? Shit. Hey, you know what? I showed my wife likes reality shows. I showed her Hard Knocks, which is like behind the scenes of the NFL football teams. And now she don't miss a goddamn episode of Hard Knocks, which is cool, right? That's something that kind of crosses both of our interests, right? And then we both love like shit like Stranger Things, that kind of shit. So we connect on those kind of shows, but we know that, you know, she's not going to watch an action movie. I do that by myself, and I'm not going to watch Real Housewives of Pick a City. She's going to do that by herself. And that's good. You have to have things like that in a marriage, I feel like. You downloaded a sound for episode 2? Hell yeah, dude. Cosmic Blake, if you send in another episode without any background noise, I'm going to be upset. Okay? I'm talking about you just need like, you should low-key see if your parents will get you a Splice license, because you can get all kinds of sound effects. City sounds, like City Street, right? Just from Splice, you can probably find the shit. Like, listen. These are shit examples, but there's longer ones. Obviously, like 2-minute long ones that would set the background to make the sound effects not feel so out of place. That's all. The thing about hot rods, that was fun. Oh, there you go. We got into roadkill. What up, Orgy? City Scream sound effect. There you go. There it is. He said, the funk, baby, is within us. You know what I mean? Jib, I desperately want to improve my playing. I don't have the soul. Directions from my Big Jibbah musical sat nav. Yeah, listen to more shit with soul in it. All right? All right? You have to train your ear to start hearing the patterns, right? The main thing is the minor scale with a lot of funk music. Knowing the minor scale, a lot of the like root notes is going to be in the pentatonic. But like say for instance, if you're in D sharp minor, right? That's dun 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 dun. Right? Now there's a few blues notes in there that also bring the funk, right? So to bring the funk, you hit a couple accidentals, but you don't land on those. You land on the fundamentals, usually within the pentatonic scale of that minor scale, but you move through some of the blues notes that will give you that funk. So an example is the 4, between the 4 and the 5. So if the 4 is here, so we go
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right? That's the 5 right there in D sharp minor. If we move through this note, this is an accidental. The A note, complete accidental, not in the scale. But if you move through it, you get kind of a bluesy run, right? Especially with a monophonic sound where you just hold a note. So you can make things wiggle by using accidentals. The other accidental that works really well, especially on bass lines, is scooping from the 7 to the 1. So usually the 7 you just go
7, 1.
But if you hit that accidental, you just don't want to stay there, right? You just want to quickly hit that and go out of it. So accidentals are where you get that extra funk, dude. And then just start layering shit, man. It's all about timing. Keeping in mind that timing is everything with the funky shit. So study bands that had wonderful timing back in the day. And I would start with, if you're not familiar, just start with Zapp and Roger. Okay, start with some of their old records. You know their best stuff. It's 9:55 in Seattle, yes sir. And then Ohio Players, another great one, also from Ohio. You can learn a lot of shit about bass, how to stay funky and in the pocket with a lot of their stuff. So many of their songs were sampled by so many rappers, dude. You know, everybody knows like the best ones, like Fire and Roller Coaster, but they got some crazy bass lines with all kinds of funk, dude. All kinds of funk. Like Skin Tight, wild. Dum 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 dum. But you just train the ear, man. Start listening to things with different pockets that you're not used to listening to. Get your timing a little better. Learn how to bounce with everything.
You are bad
Misses. Dum 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 dum. Riches. Boom boom
running folks
in the ditch house. Boom 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 boom. Hey, have a good one, Edit. Appreciate you, guys.
Skin tight.
Skin tight.
Wow. Skin tight. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, 91 Don? I got you, G. Oh, you don't know about this one, 91 Don? This is a slap right here. Look at that afro, dude.
You are a real fine lady.
This guy's got the double guitar. This guy's wild over here. What's he doing over there with the double?
Step on time. That's money you're bound to find.
How many guitars they got?
Skin tight. Skin tight.
Is he on a jazz bass over there? Hey, but anyways, I can't stay for as long as I wish to tonight, so I'll catch you next stream, Jibbah. Hey, appreciate you, Cosmic. But yeah, they're known for a lot of funky ass cuts back in the day. something to definitely study up. If we should start doing like a funk band per stream, so you guys just learn about some of these, you know what I'm saying? Some of this old shit, some of that old underappreciated shit, because it's crazy. It's crazy good, and that's where I learned everything from. So there it is. All right, let's see who we got in the line, dude. We got 91 Don in there. We got Mo Man, who said he finally got the Fab Filter bundle in my mix masters. That's 100,000 times better. I think that's 100K. And that's W, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's a W. We got Killjoy with the Suno made joint, Lost Signal. And then, of course, getting us started, we got Orlando Graves. Baby, life was meant to teach. This is true. Let's see what Orlando got going on. Let me get this keyboard out the way. Oh, it's a full video. Let me get me out of the way.
Visions in my mind give me signs that I wish I couldn't see. Try to look away from the pain and the endless jealousy. How can I do right in a world that no man can truly see? How do I describe what this life was meant to teach?
I was not ready for you to be bleeding right there. What's up, Dan, dude?
My heart and my soul.
What's up, Gage?
Nights that I can't sleep. Something deep inside tells me lies that without you I can't be.
Hey, who's your guy? Appreciate that.
How can I supply or deny what's so far beyond my reach? How do I describe what this life was meant to teach?
Hey, Sacrificial Grounds. Appreciate
How
that.
do I describe what this life was meant to teach?
Yeah, dude. That was nice, man. Not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at that at all. Hell yeah, dude. That was cool as shit. I think he needs a doctor. Great song though. Yeah, I wasn't ready for the blood coming out the mouth. But you're telling a story there, right? I feel like we had some internal bleeding going on. That's a metaphor. Shout out to It's Dan, dude. Thank you very much for the follow. And of course, Sacrificial Grounds. Both of y'all, let us know how you doing. How you doing? That was Orlando Graves that we just checked out. Man, I like this, dude. I like your voice. I like kind of the seriousness you applied to everything. The video obviously has shots that we thought about before we just got out there with the camera.
In a world that no man can truly see.
You know what I'm saying? What up, CCD Music? What's good? It's me. I'm the bro. Oh, you're the bro. Got you. What's good with you, Livefield? Appreciate you, gang. We're the bros. Okay, there's multiple bros. That's fire, dude. I like that. Like when you started running here, I would have loved there to be a shot like of just like a POV of like a camera right here looking up at you, like running with like the sky kind of chaotic there for a second to add a little bit of movement in this video. Would have been kind of cool. Because you just started running. If we just had like a chaotic scene, we're just kind of running for a second.
I describe what this life was meant to teach.
And then you can put in like slow motion. Like you're just kind of like panicking, breathing too hard. I probably would have done a little bit. I mean, we did some B-roll. Yeah, I probably would have done a little more movement in the B-roll as well. Because there's some beautiful settings here.
I can feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like have a car going through that area or some way to go a little faster. Or maybe just a gimbal and then running. And and then we could slow-mo that joint. Just add a little more motion, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, man, very cool. Song is super mellow, super chill. So not a lot of like mixed notes. I think you did a good job of getting that vocal front and center. You know, if I was mixing it, I probably would have used less verb to put more focus on you as a vocalist, showcasing this much vulnerability. But definitely nothing wrong here. So that's a W, man. I don't have much for you. It's already released, obviously. It's very cool, man. We'll make sure to sub up to the channel as well. Y'all make sure to go over there and sub up to the channel, dude. All right, drop your link to your YouTube or whatever. If you got a link tree, anything like that, Orlando, let them know. Throw that join in the chat for me, please, man. I appreciate you. And that means we got another follow here from Mizzy. What's good with you, Mizzy? Appreciate the follow. Yo, long line? I have no idea. Is it? I'm not even sure. I just got started. But how you doing, though?
How you doing?
And the Clopster in the building. Hey, yo, Clopster.
How you doing?
That's what we like to see. Just a bunch of this the whole stream. You know what I'm saying? Welcome in. My name is, of course,
Big Jibbah.
or some people call me
Big Jibbah. 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 Big Jibbah.
Nobody calls me that. I just like playing the drop. Looking for some feedback? Hey, hell yeah, dude. Is that the Talkbox I'm told about? That is a Talkbox, yeah. I keep that tube on me at all times.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up with you, Gavin? You already putting some craziness in here? His favorite drop is the one where I said a fat guy looked like a waveform. It's one of these. I don't know which one it is. I thought it was this one. Nope, it's none of them. Is it this one? Oh man, dude's built like a waveform, dude. There he is. I knew I had it somewhere, dude. Are you breathing into it? No. It's a horn driver plugged into this keyboard. This is going to cover, you can see this keyboard. This is the micro Korg right here. The outputs are from the synthesized sound that I made on here. I have different banks with different sounds. So there's this sound. We got this sound. A little buzzier. So I like to use this full voice one. Right, so that's the sound coming out of the tube. It just goes into a horn driver, which is the same type of speaker you'd see on like a police siren ambulance inside of a box. And then it isolates everything down to like a 3/4 inch hole. And then I use a 1/2 inch outside diameter vinyl tube. The vinyl tube goes in the side of the mouth, and then it takes the place of the vocal cords. So you still have to say all the consonants and everything. So if I wanted to say Killjoy 510, what you'd hear without the tube is just me going. That's what I'd say. But then you play it with notes.
Killjoy 510. Oh yeah.
So I'm actually not breathing into it. I'm just you just hold your breath, but you still have to allow things to resonate through. So it helps to be able to kind of sing and play a little bit of keys, especially synth keys. Hey, Mizzy, we'll drop that for you in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, though, feel free, my G. Boom, but I'll throw that in there for you, gang. I'll let you get in line real quick. But if you join the Discord, I think you'll enjoy it in there, man. I made this Discord for you guys, you know what I'm saying? Boom. And this is your band name on there? Is it going to show us? No, it won't, so I'm going to write this in here. Mizzy... O_0. Boom. Who this? New phone? What's good with you, gang? Jib, peep the waistline? Oh, Jesus Christ. What'd you send in, dude? Can you hit notes you technically wouldn't be able to hit normally? Hell yeah. Abso-freaking-lutely, dude. That's the whole point. I can do massive harmonies. It's already tuned. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go in and tune it again. It's easy. Did you send something in, Gavin? Oh, there it is. He's got that twinkle in his eye. God damn it. We're already sidetracking us. How dare you, dude? How dare you? All right, we're going to see what this is real quick. Of course, it didn't even copy over. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. It's basically a perfect note because his voice is creating the modulation to the root note. I don't modulate anything. I mean, it's you just have to play the right keys. You just have to play the correct keys. The thing said I copied it and it lied to me, dude. Gavin, this better not be. Oh my god.
Over here at Rudnick Jewelers. Sorry I've been gone so long. Had some
no shot that's a real guy, dude.
A couple weeks ago on a really beautiful
No
day,
shot that's a real person.
I decided to sit up on a wall, and I took a little bit of a spill. Now that's an understatement. It was actually kind of a great fall. And all these horses and kingsmen came and tried to help me, but luckily then an ambulance came and took me to the hospital, and I was doing just fine. Anyway, what I'm here.
That guy's butt is in the front. That guy's butt is in the front. What happened, dude? My man has a front butt. That's got to be AI, right? He's an Eagles fan, 100%, dude. How does one acquire a build like that through AI? Got to be. Also Radio. What's good with you, gang? Let us know.
How you doing?
How you doing? Whoops, slipped that. Sorry about that. It's not AI, then that guy's fucking cooked. Yes, that's a perfect example of insulin resistance. He runs a watch shop. Well, he needs to watch his waist, dude. My goodness. It's just America. Dude, I've been living here my whole life, and I don't have that build. He's built backwards, dude, right? My man needs to start walking the other direction, see if he can fix something. He needs to start walking backwards everywhere. You fuck with horrorcore, alt-rap type shit? I have recorded a horrorcore artist who used to tour with ICP. So yes, I'm somewhat versed in horrorcore. I recorded a whole album of horrorcore for somebody. That's Global Reset's cousin, brother. it's double related to Global. To Glorbo, dude. To Glorbo, dude. I'll drop some new shit I'm working on, W. All right, we're going to no skips tonight, gang. We're going to keep this running. All right, up next we got Killjoy. This is Suno made, so we're gonna not say, hey, do we think this is AI? We know this is AI. We're just gonna let them know what we think. So Lost Signal, Blue Hour, official. This is from Killjoy 510.
Listen, can you hear the city holding its breath?
Street lights are spilling, paint on the asphalt tonight. Another late story, drowning the day in the dark. Everyone else is chasing the daylight, chasing the sound. But this is the hour where the quiet can finally be found. We're driving slow, just letting the rhythm decide the one place.
Yep.
The truth can't run away and hide. You and me in the blue hour, yeah. Every word is a slow burn, yeah. When the pulse of the city is finally fading low. This is the real, baby, this is the glow. Yeah. It's a velvet kind of dark, no judgment and no rush. We don't talk about schedules or traffic or the crush. Just a subtle distance between who we are and who we show. And the one thing tonight that we both already know.
What up, Shell? How you doing?
No reason to pretend. And we're out here watching the broken city start to mend. You and me in the blue hour. Every word is a slow burn, yeah. When the pulse of the city is finally fading low. The radio is playing a tune that only exists for us. It lives right here in the space between trust and wanting too much. I just wanna pause the clock, let the whole thing stand still before the morning comes in and breaks.
Can you easily tell it's AI? Yes. Yes, we can. We know how to hear for it now, though. We know how to listen for it. It's the lack of anything above. It's the lack of anything above that 13K threshold, usually like 13 to 16K. There's no harmonics up there, but there should be, which makes it feel like there's like a blanket over the top end of your mix, because there's all kinds of, there's not actual information there, right? But there's harmonics of everything happening in the mid range. On top of that, like, the vocal sounds like it would be something that, you know, would have taken a long time to get it into that pocket that it's sitting in, and there's just not enough like vocal mistakes and dynamics within the vocals, and that's another way we can hear it. The main way I hear it though is that Suno sucks at kicks and snares. It's a telltale sign every single time. So if I was working with Suno trying to get the best product out of it, I would try my hardest to pull more 13K and up out of Suno bounces. So I'd be using plugins like Fresh Air, seeing if I can get any kind of extra harmonics built in there. I don't know if there's like maybe an aural exciter on a mix like this, and see if you can build in some harmonics to make it feel more airy and open up top. You might be able to start tricking people with that. I would also layer in a mono mix kick and a mono mix snare in here to root this thing, because like we have a rim shot that feels like it keeps switching ears just slightly. It's kind of out of phase, and the kick also does the same thing. So there's always phase issues on kicks and snares because Suno trains on copywritten music from people that have it already released. It's like mastered, and they've used like widening plugins, and it's trying to emulate how wide some of those mixes are, but if you actually go back and listen to those real mixes it's training on, they still have a rooted mono mix kick and snare. It just doesn't really account for that right now so far in the algorithm. I'm sure it'll get there though. I'm sure it'll get there. And Suno does a lot of, when it does vocal layers, Suno does a lot of unison, right? So it'll sing the same note, but just have stacks of the same note, or do an octave up or down, but it doesn't really push the harmonies. And I don't know. I think that's the one thing that's really missing. Because what really gives things that human touch is hitting accidentals within the harmonies, meaning like touching a note or two that's kind of outside the scale, but still making it work and having it resolve. And it just never gives us tension with anything Suno does. Everything's just too like perfect, and you know, people will get tired of it over time, I think, of just everything sounding too. The variation and nuances is missing, huh? That, and I mean, the main issue is the harmonics. It's like they're giving you like 95% of the bounce without that top end. Hey, is that a jazz? It's a jazz bass. Yeah, it's a Squier Fender design. I'm just starting on the bass. Like I've been trying to play bass for like a month. So I started on a used Squier Fender design, made in Indonesia, jazz bass. I got it for like $270. So it was a good starting point for me. And every like 15 minutes, 20 minutes before every stream, I'm on here trying to learn something new on the bass. Because I've been making beats for like 20 plus years, but tried to play guitar, I didn't like it, so I traded in my guitar for credit towards this bad boy. So yeah. But good eye, dude. There's actually nowhere else to put it. Otherwise, my 2-year-old would just be like ripping it down if I put it on like a stand on the ground. So I decided, why not just put it in the background? Crack Baby's out here. Crack Baby, what'd you say over here? Crack Baby popped in here. He said something wild, dude. How much money do you make on the stream? The stream? Well, it depends. If Real Estate Cowboy pulls up, we do okay. What's up, Real Estate Cowboy? How you living, dog? No, don't do that. Do not listen to Gavin. But
Real Estate Cowboy.
Real Estate Cowboy is my boy since we were like 8 or 9 years old when we met. Let's make some money, dude. W, yeah. See, I'm trying to go to the moon with this man. But yeah, I need to learn how to do his stuff. That's the next thing.
Jibbah.
Jesus fucking. Oh my God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Stop.
Anything you say, fifth.
What the fuck, dude?
Real Estate Cowboy.
Jesus H. Christ, dude. He was kidding. Real Estate Cowboy, you're a fucking maniac, dude. You're a maniac, dude. Gavin. Oh my God, dude. Well, crack baby, we're gonna have an okay January paycheck from Twitch, thanks to the Real Estate Cowboy. There it is. Yo, glad to be part of the honey bun. There it is, dude. he sold house and sent subs. No, he doesn't sell houses. He buys apartment buildings. He finds investors for apartment buildings and manages many apartments out here in the Seattle area. And houses aren't for pussies. Give me your money. Dude, Real Estate Cowboy, let us know, man, what you want us to do. The floor is yours, man, if you got something you want us to play. You know what I mean? So he's the reason my rent's so expensive? Hey, it could be. You know what I'm saying? He's not trying to drive it up, he's just making it nicer. You know what I'm saying? No, Gavin. Stop it, Gavin. Yeah, but all in all, man, it sounds like you're getting decent with the prompts. I think I would try to do something. I would try to push Suno to make something way more out of left field, and then I would try to just sample it. 100 is too many already. 100 is already too many, dude. I appreciate you. Sacrificial Ground says, "Holy, dude." So, if anybody just got a sub from the very, very generous Real Estate Cowboy, who sent us to a level 11 hype train, maniac.
Real Estate Cowboy.
Thank you, gang. If anyone just got a sub, that means you get a Big Jibbah sub sample pack in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord and you have the star next to your name now, you just got a sample pack purchased courtesy of the Real Estate Cowboy right there. So that's yours to get whenever you want. If you're having trouble getting it, let me know. If you don't have Discord, also just let me know and I will send you the link because it is paid for. It is yours. So thank you, Real Estate Cowboy. Freaking legend, dude. Crazy with it. But hey, I appreciate you sending this joint in here. Killjoy, W. Thank you, man, for pulling up on us. Ranked music feedback. You already know, Trey. You trying to get involved or what?
Thank you.
I'm trying to get like you, Trey. All right. Trey's out here. He be yelling at people on his feedback streams. I like when your chat gets you upset, dude. That's my favorite. Those are my favorite times to pop in. And I'll try to lean in and make him do more. It's the best, dude. Trey's one of my favorite streamers out here. Shout out to Trey Tovin. If you guys don't, you guys already follow Trey, right? What the fuck? It's like this is like me telling you like what Ableton is. My next submission will be my song, W. Hey, love you too, Trey. Appreciate you, gang. Always, man. Trey was one of the first people to accept me on this joint when I first started streaming. Trey was one of the first other streamers to find me and say, "Hey, what's good?" All right, we got Real Estate Cowboy. You dropped the hundo, so we're gonna go ahead and run your song before we get into Mole's joint here. What do we got here, Real Estate? What vibe are we catching? Real Estate don't even make music. He just vibes. Little Downtown from Neil Francis. A little groovy tune, absolutely. Unknown fella, Jesus. My that shit broke my stream. Thank you, man. With the 5-piece as well, we going crazy over here. Level 11 hype train completed. You guys are insane. Unknown fella, thank you 5 times over. You're insane, dude. I appreciate you, gang. That's insane, dude. Hell yeah. You guys are going in. He said, hit him with the choo-choo. Appreciate you, dog. Hell yeah, you got some music as well, man. You already know what to do. Send that in, man. Send that in. That's a bunch of skips. Said toot toot, homie.
Big Jibbah.
W, Dan, dude. Thank you as well, man. WW. You already know that's throw that in the skip feedback, Jew. Dude, appreciate you, gang. Job bless in the building. Wagwan, dude. How we doing?
Take a chance on me. Come on, babe. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me. Come on, babe. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me.
I was saying Jaw at the same time. I saw Jaw's name pop up. Confirm CCD. Hey, yo. Nah, you're good with money, Dan.
Take a chance on me.
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 Take a chance on me. Come on, babe. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me.
Yeah, this is a vibe though. I like this.
Take a chance on me. Come on, babe. Take a chance on me. Come on, babe. Take a chance on me. Come on, babe. Take a chance on me. Come on, babe.
Enough fellas said, Jaw, go away.
Take a chance on me. Come on, babe. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me.
Take a chance.
Come on, babe. Take a chance on me. Come on, babe.
Take a chance on me. Yeah, yeah. Real estate cowboy, baby. Thank you for the 100 subs. Yeah.
Greatest of all time, baby. The man, the myth, the legend. The real estate cowboy. Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah, dog.
Real estate cowboy.
Hey, yeah, that's right. Sound Toy's giving away a little trial Echo Boy today. Redeemable for a little bit here. We're gonna keep that pinned up there up top for a minute. Oh, we got a hype treasure chest, dude. We completed level 12. Look at the little choo-choo guy right there. Bang, dude. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Type shit. I like that joint, man. 6 free plugins over the next few days. Just give them your social security number and you will get those Sound Toys plugs, dude. Abso-freaking-lutely. You said, Gavin, you sent something. You said it's Jibbah when he was little in LA. What the fuck is this? Jib, if he grew up in LA. I'm scared to see this, dude. I already know this is cooked. Gavin subbed on my IG. Should I be concerned? You're going to get a lot of messages. Random shit. What's up, JV?
I don't know if it's the skinny in me, but I love the morning hunger. That little rumble and the tumble down there. Oh, it just makes me feel so teeny tiny. I'm like, oh, girl. It's like giving I didn't eat after 8 p.m. Like she.
That person definitely ate after 8 p.m. Let's be real. Definitely ate after 8 p.m. That motherfucker was eating until 3 in the morning and then woke up at 10.
She was snacking on a cheese stick. But now I'm going to fuel up on this lot.
The mouth breathing is insane. Control plus W, fam. They wouldn't eat no cheese sticks. All right. Maybe deep fried. He says, filth, dude. No, low-key, you know who I do look like, though? Who's the little kid? Who's the little fat kid in Stranger Things 5? Low-key, he does look like a little me, dude. Jake Connolly, dude. That might be my Derek Turnbow. Derek Turnbow, Stranger Things. Can we get a picture of this little kid? This little shit. Low key. Like, this needs to be the new Jibbah. This is me as a child right here. 100p. How did I find the best doppelganger for myself, dude? You guys have been failing. Yeah, you guys have been failing, dude. I found the best one, dude. This is me right here playing video games. There it is, dude. I was actually way more athletic at this age, and this kid's got bad insulin issues early on. Early on, dude. I was much more in shape back then at his age. But low key, like, you know, he got it down. Like right here, stop, dude. We're close, dude. We're pretty close, dude. This might be my son, dude. 100p. Low key, like I gotta look through my contacts and see what I was doing like 12 years ago, dude. Grow out your hair, dude. Shit. I'm just gonna get that sweater, dude, with that vest over the top, dude. W. Bet he can't Talkbox is good though, dude. 100p. You're right. He can't, dude. That shit is hilarious though. Every time I saw him, I was like, someone's gonna find this. Halloween fit, I'll dress up as him 100%, dude. 100%. Fuck it, dude. We're doing January 1st Halloween, dude. Straight up. This looks like me. Pissed off. That's me. Jib, when are we starting our cooked podcast? You say the word, man. You say the word, dude. Do I need this sweatshirt? The Suck a Fat One t-shirt. I'm never wearing that, dude. Yeah, the podcast is just Gavin presenting memes. That low-key, we don't even need a podcast, Gavin. We just need to have a video of you, right? And then me, and then you pulling up memes, and we just react to them together. That's it, bro. And then we don't even, it could be we could make it a live stream, but it would just need to be like basically clip farming, just making clips. That'd be way better than, no one's going to listen to a podcast of us doing that, but you give them a little 30-second snippet of us going back and forth. Easy money. Easy money. Dude, we could do 2 hours in a week. You know what I'm saying? Easy work, dude. I'm down. But hey, Real Estate Cowboy, insane. Way to get us started there. Unknown Fella, also insane with the 5-piece. It's Dan, dude. Very much appreciated with the gifted sub as well. So we got some skips. Before we get to Mole Man and in the 91 Dawn. Let's see what we got going on. Updated joint for Job Bless. W. We're going to go Dan, dude, and then we'll run this one here. Evo Loop Song. What's good with you, gang? Okay, let me buy a tailored suit. You don't need a suit. You're doing internet stuff. Make it look normal. It's okay to be normal sometimes, Gav. People have to relate to you, dude. You know what I'm saying? Doing nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Love that. I'm doing well. Appreciate it. We're doing real good. We've got some generous community tonight. Fucking Real Estate Cowboy hit us with a 100-piece. Crazy work. All right, we got It's Dan, dude, right here. This is VIP Rhythm 140. I appreciate you, real estate. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Far away, boy. This feels like a trap designed by some kind of sick genius. Well, you've all forgotten about the music. Bitch.
Bitch. Bitch.
Well, your girlfriend look like my mom.
Send me the voice box replacement.
Bitch.
Oh my God, can you let me do what I need to do?
Make some noise.
Yeah, man. W, dude. Throat hurts like shit. Need a new voice box, fam. Hell yeah, dude. Get you one. This is cool, man. I like this, Dan. This is a cool idea. I think the whole point of this genre, if we write rhythm in there, okay, that means that the clap needs to make me blink every time I hear it. It needs to hurt a little bit. And this is way too nice of a mix to our ears. All right. Somehow you've bubblegummed rhythm here. You made bubblegum rhythm. And we don't want that. We want aggressive, slaps your brother's grandmother type of snares and claps on a song like this, right? It's got to make me question my life decisions that made me hit play on this song. And then it makes me question, why do I like it though? Right? Why do I like this if it's so aggressive and it hurts my ears somewhat? Why do I still like it? So you have to ride that line, and it's not getting there yet. It hasn't pushed the threshold yet. The snare needs to make me blink every time it hits. I lost my license to many of my great plugins, so I'm getting by. Well, I think it's just a setting on your current plugins. You don't need the plugins. You just need to listen for what the mix needs, and with the default plugins, you can get it there. The kick and clap just feel a little over controlled right now, right? Rhythm needs to hurt my ears a little bit. I think you have an attack setting somewhere on a drum bus compressor that isn't allowing that clap / snare stack to slap through with the initial transient. So we're missing that initial, right? The snap off the front end of that joint. It feels like we're fading into it almost, meaning I do have a lot of one touch that I use as a crutch. Stop using those. Start learning how to dial things in. And just move knobs really far in one direction and then the other direction until you find something you like. You never know what you could discover, dude. But yeah, I think until you get that snap through to snap through on the clap snare, it's never gonna feel like the experience we're looking for with this genre, right? The bass should also come up a little bit. The kick feels like there's a clipper on it, maybe. whatever the sample you're using maybe is clipped. I want like a sharper kick and just sharper snare. Those two things together would elevate this a lot more and make it more aggressive. You got to sidechain everything. Yeah, that's true. Hey, CCD. Everybody gets a car. Thank you, Oprah. She recorded that just for me for the stream. CCD Music. W gang, thank you so much for the gifted subby. Feel free to throw one in the skip feedback if you got one for us. Uncle drowning you in the pool sidechain. That's right. Now we all want that on our songs. The uncle drowning you in the pool sidechain. Take him underwater. Bring him out. Clap. Take it underwater. Bring him out. Clap. Take him underwater. So yeah, I think sidechaining, not just kick through bass, but also thinking about, do I need to sidechain this clap stack through every melodic element to make sure that it's given full priority when it's time to hear that clap. I just did that on one of my recent songs I'm working on. The vocals, the big vocal thing I did on the hook, I lost the clap when that was happening. So I sidechained the clap through the fucking dub vocals. Something I normally wouldn't do that, but it felt like that's what it needed. So I did it. And all of a sudden it came back. So sidechaining everything. Keeping in mind one has to win, and in this style of music, it is so important that we have an aggressive kick and aggressive clap snare, and those two elements hold hands, and they just never go away, and they slap us in the forehead each time. So that's what I got for you, gang. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the gifted sub as well.
Thank you.
Jib, have you always been a bigger guy, or were you a swimmer in 1998 or something? I need some lore. Yeah, I've always been like a bigger kid, you know what I'm saying? Like in... when I was like playing baseball when I was little, I was always like the biggest kid on the team. Basketball growing up, I always had to play center. Big W Doll Producers says Burn Pile over here. I'm so into industrial that I accept any sound presented, really. It's just part of the show. But people like you, Jib's got the ear. Hey, appreciate that, Burn Pile. Aloha, by the way. But yeah, I've been a bigger kid than my classmates. Let's put it that way. If I didn't take action when I was 15, I'd be like 400 pounds right now. Shit, I was almost 400 pounds back in like 2015, just working nights at the studio, eating whatever the fuck I wanted, not playing basketball, not lifting weights, and I had to get up out of that, dude. I'm Jessica. Appreciate the follow, girl.
How you doing?
How you doing? But yeah, then I got control of my health and figured it out. I went all the way from like 400 to 263 pounds for a while there, which was crazy. I was good at basketball at that point, much better. But now I fucked my ankle up. So, you know, we're hovering around 300. God bless, get ready. I need some Jamaican dirt on this one. I can give you a little Trinidadian flair. It'll be close to Yardman Ting, but not exactly. Jib plays linebacker in every sport. They wouldn't put me at linebacker, bro. Hey, hi there. There's another streamer suggested me go to you. He said you'd give me notes on how to fix everything. Well, you are in the right place. Abso-freaking-lutely. If you got one for us, feel free to join the Discord and send it in the feedback channel. If you don't have a Discord, that's okay too. You can just send your link in here and we'll throw it in there. Yeah, submissions are still open. I'm going to have to close them pretty soon because we got a lot of folks in here. And I just kind of work at my own pace because we like to teach and explain things. And we have people like Gavin in here that like to just fuck with us and send in Instagram reels. But yeah, what's up, Reggie? Reggie Guap, that's a fire name. I appreciate the follow as well. Let us know.
How you doing?
Reggie Guap. Speaking that Guapanese, you feel me? That's like Japanese, but all about money. Trini Daddy, that's what you're gonna call him from now on, is actually crazy work. You should not do that. You should not do that. Do not call another man daddy.
Chubby doll to the obese fat men who get paid dust by the majority of the gay community. The fat phobia in the gay community.
What is wrong with you, Gavin? Why are you sending me this shit? God damn it. Ain't safe. What's good? What's good with you? I appreciate the follow.
How you doing?
How you doing? All right, brother. Fuck, I joined too. Sometimes, one of our good friends here, he sends in an Instagram reel that he thinks we need to see. That was not one of them. That was not one of them, dude. You know what I'm saying? Crazy work. All right, let's get to the next skip here. This is unknown fella with the updated joint. He wants Job Bless Creates to get on here. 100 BPM. Let's check this out. Let's check this joint out. Wait till he finds out who Boxy is. You gonna tell Gavin about that guy? I'm scared if you tell Gavin about anything. Cool cat, dude. What are we doing in the skips? Is that... Oh, cool cat due to CCD. Duh. He's just abbreviated over here. I appreciate you, dog. I'm an idiot. Gavin, twin, where you at? Uh-oh. Careful. Gavin's always out here doing some crazy shit. All right, this is an unknown fella. He wants Ja Bless Creates, who's also here in chat. Also, W Streamer, if you guys don't follow Ja, make sure to go follow Ja Bless Creates. You'll see him here in chat talking ish. Follow him up. All right, let's hear what Ja can do on this. About to submit, just verifying. W Reggie, if you have trouble with that, let me know. I got you covered. Boom, boom, boom. Reg, I got you, Reg. Boom, you good. Bro, this sounds like we have to do some low shit. So, no make me talk, low salt, run it up, but they double up. You need like a British Jamaican guy. British Jamaican. I just look on his profile and seen John's draws. Hey, he's in his creative space over there. Boom, boom, boom. What's up, God One Hip Hop? Real Estate Cowboy is my boy. I've literally known him since I was like 8 years old. Yeah, he's a Don in the channel, 100p. Gavin is 19. That means nothing. Hey. Yeah, man. God One Hip Hop, how you living? Anybody who got a gifted sub, you do have access now to the Big Jibbah sub sample pack in the Discord. If you don't have Discord or don't want to go in there and grab it, just let me know. I can message you and send it to you. How do you have that visualizer in your media player? It's a default Windows 10 shit. I just download someone's song. I can run it up like that. Main thing I'm hearing, we heard this one last time. Main thing I'm hearing is the 808s just need a lot more control. They feel too dynamic in the sub range, and we want to be very, very aware of like the voltage we're doing down low, so that because sometimes they'll hit really hard and then we'll lose the mid range, right? Because you're dedicating too much voltage at some points to the 808, and then other spots it feels like it's in the right spot. What that translates to is more fresh air. No, it does not, man. We ain't talking about the high harmonics right now, okay? We ain't talking about high harmonics right now, dude. We're talking about there's too much low end on certain hits. So I would probably, with some shit like this, I'd probably use a multi-band compressor on the 808, and I'd be creating little bands that have the different hits. If you really go in and analyze it, I fuck with your vibe, but technical advice at the same time sounded like my favorite engineers to work with. Yeah, hell yeah. That was always the vibe in studio. Is like I'd be joking around, then all of a sudden we just like hone in on something, be focused for a second, and then random jokes, dude. So yeah, that's like the main thing with this joint. We talked about it last time, kind of taming out the rim shot. Feels like I can't really tell if you did that yet though, because the 808 feels more pushed now, and that's kind of pulling away that mid range. So just make sure we don't lose the mid range, man. Just applying some science down low, getting a nice even voltage on the low end. I won't touch the rim shot. You know what, man? The lack of open mind to trying things out, man. You know what I mean? That's going to limit your growth right there, unknown fella. I don't want that for you. I guess I got to give it control. There it is. A rim shot. A rim shot is a major pause. What do you mean? It's like saying snare is gay. What? Oh, what are you using, a clap, dude? That's fucking weird. Well, I only use claps, dude. Rim shots are fucking weird, dog. You know what I mean? I don't know. They're just technical sounds. That's what it's actually called on a drum kit. When instead of smacking the snare, they just lift the stick and go on the rim. Dude, snares, dude. Come on, right? Come on, dude. You know what I mean? All my shit slaps. It's only claps though, right? All my claps are actually recorded. It's women clapping. I make sure all the samples are women clapping only. Man, don't listen to me. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. How dare you, Jaw? How dare you tell people the truth? How dare you? But that's all I got for you, gang, on this joint. Appreciate you, Unknown.
Thank you.
He's talking about it being too dynamic. I got to compress it, give it control. Not just compress it. Not just compress it. Absolutely not, Delta Vortex. That's a wild question to ask a man or a woman, to be honest. It's pretty disrespectful for a woman. Different size asses for different claps. Yeah, you want to specifically multi-band compress so that you're doing different levels of compression at the different bands, right? Each one of those hits of the 808 is going to have a different frequency range, obviously, and you're dedicating too much voltage on only certain ones, right? So you got to find those certain ones and then get it right. All right, we're going to send this to Suno. Save. All right. Final skip here from Cool Cat Dude. This is Bass Money Mode with a nice cat. W cat picture, dude. Hell yeah, we're cat fans out here. Reject all. This better not have a rim shot.
Gobble, gobble, bitch.
Okay. Yeah, all in all, man, it's pretty well balanced here. I like this. Has some cool stuff going on here. Some cool elements. Doesn't feel finished. Obviously, it was only 1 minute and 26 seconds long. It was for a Thanksgiving beat battle. Okay, I got you. Jib, you ever had someone submit one note to review? Like just a single note? Nah, I ain't never had that. I've had people send in just videos of fat people. That's happened a lot, actually, from Gavin. But no, not one note. One note, that'd be way better. He did send white noise. That's right. He sent white noise one time, which is technically every note. Pretty much. Yeah, all I got on this right here, a single note's wild, dude. I probably did tell him how to mix that single note a little better. I was like, no one likes a close mic piano, bro. Back it off. The kick feels a little wide, right? We have a nice mono clap snare going on in here, but then the kick itself, there's a lot of shit going on out wide, which is okay. Like I'm not mad at like the mid-range texture, but if the sub's out there, we kind of lose some of that punch up the middle. So what I would personally do is just grab like a clean mono kick. You can grab this one from the free Jibbah samples, or let's see if you're, let me see, are you, yeah, you're definitely subbed to the channel. Yeah. You have the big Jibbah sub sample pack. You have access to it. You could layer in this kick right here. I would even shorten this with a transient designer and just sidechain this through only the low end of the existing kick that you have, right? And you'll have a nice mono sub hitting while you'll still have the textures that you like from that kind of wider kick sound. And all of a sudden that whole thing's going to feel a little more rooted and have more punch. Because that's like, it's really important with this aggressive style of music here, is to make sure that we don't lose that punch. Also, I mean, I don't know if you're using soft clippers anywhere, but I would be using a little more of them on some of these perk sounds that are kind of harsh, right? Some of these sharper, clanky sounds. There's like a rim shot that happens in the back half. Yes, so it's a rim shot. Right there. That rim shot, I love running rim shots through a soft clipper. It's a fantastic way to get a little more control. Right? I mean, we can just do a quick example, bro, of how that can change the sound. You talking about a rim shot, hey, diggy, a rim shot, hey. I want a sharper one. Okay, Urban Fire. What we got here? We get one that hurts. Hold on. Let's get one that hurts. Boom, boom. That's a great example. Okay, this one hurts. That's perfect. Okay, so we just have this sound. Ow, right? Do a bunch of these and loop them. If you have something like this and you run a clipper on it, y'all talking about some crazy shit. Your boy does not have any of that. We don't have a fucking... We don't have a OnlyFans. What y'all talking about? Why does everybody want streamers to have an OnlyFans? Okay, so if you have a rim shot with that kind of harsh transient off the front, this is like any perk sound. This is a way you can use a soft clipper where most people don't do it. Okay, we're still getting that initial attack of a rim shot, and you can dial in the knee. Okay, let's see. We get to like this right here, 16 dB of clipping, and it's still gonna mix well into your mix, and you'll be able to even turn it up. And then you can also dial in like the wet dry and get a little more of the sharper signal when we back off of this. Right? Find that nice medium. But like we don't have it on, this shit becomes blinky. Right? Ow. Ow. Palatable. And then you just turn that bitch up. This is way easier to get this to sit in your mix, especially when you're going to limit it and get it much louder, right? So clip the fuck out of rim shots once in a while, and these like kind of harder percussion sounds, cowbells, shit like that. I do that all the time. Even shakers, hi-hats. I'm using this technique all the time. So this is a great way to use a soft clipper. This one is Orange Clip, an emulation of the Fruity Clipper. So if you have FL Studio, the Fruity Clipper is fantastic for this type of shit right here. But this one, Orange Clip, takes clipping to another level with the multi-band abilities as well, and the oversampling. Hey, Jib, I can hear the difference. Of course you can hear the difference. This is a fucking big change. You should definitely be able to hear the difference between this, ow, and this. Much more controlled, right? It's not just changing the volume, but it's also changing. See, the Sage did a great video on it. There you go. See, consonanting notes. No one's going to feet.com. My goodness, account deleted. How you doing, dude? How you doing, dude? So that's an application where a soft clipper could be your best friend when you have aggressive drums like you have going on here. PSP enjoyer. Guess what I'm doing? I'm gonna guess you're playing the PSP. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he did say that. So, but that's like the main shit I got for you, man. I appreciate you, cool cat dude. Thank you very much for the gifted sub. Got us to 107 gifted subs in today's stream. Right, we're 1 hour and 17 minutes in. That's almost a sub per minute. Crazy work. Crazy work, dude. That's more than a sub per minute. I'm tripping. I can't even add. Hell yeah. Hey.
Thank you.
Oh, baby. We up next. Mo man. Jib, you got Billy's number? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This better not be crazy. Sub's going crazy today. Yeah, that's Real Estate Cowboy, Unknown Fella. It's Dan, dude. CCD Music. Hey, shout out to you, CCD. We're excited, man, for you to get that EP done, homie. Hell yeah, I'm trying to get an EP done as well. What do subs get? They get a skip. You get to skip the line one time for your paid sub, and then you get the Big Jibbah sub sample pack. But only if you've paid for the sub do you get to skip. Right, if you get gifted a sub, you still get the Big Jibbah sub sample pack. So there's that. There is that. All right, I'm gonna turn this off like in 3 seconds. I already know this is gonna be bad. God, dude, this is Billy the Fridge. Dude, I was here. Oh no, never mind. This is a different day. This is Billy the Fridge. That's actually Billy. Yeah, this is a rapper out here. This is a rapper. I did a feature for this guy. How heavy is he? At one point he was 600 pounds. He's 6'8". 6'8". Yeah. No, dude. He's a maniac, dude. He's so funny. One of the funniest people you've ever been around. One of the funniest people you've ever seen. Living the dream. He's friends with who's the little guy from the little dude from Waiting? The movie Waiting, Andy Milonakis. He's buddies with him. Who says Seattle don't got the heat? No, it is hot out here, dude. In like in July, you know what I'm saying? May, June, July. It gets pretty hot out here. You know what I'm saying? We get in the 80s. We get in the 80s, occasional 90s. You know what I mean? People think it just rains all the time. That's not it, dude. Stroke it to Jibbah. That's insane. If you're doing that, dude, you gotta rethink your life decisions. All right, this is Mole. Trying to be. She need to go see an eye doctor. That's too many eyes, man. Look at that. She's watching from every angle, dude. My chat's always out of pocket, dude. If you made an audio player, we'll use it. If it makes sense for the workflow, I might. You almost had the My Boo chords there. It almost went there. No, I won't turn it on. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, cuz. Account deleted. It says, Jibbah, answer my question. Would you rather buy something you really want for a market price or flip a coin to get it for free or double price? I'm going to buy it for market price. I'm not flipping a fucking coin to pay twice as much as it's worth. The odds are you'll probably lose. Or you'll probably win. But why the fuck I need to play the game if I can just pay for the whole thing? That's fine. If it's a good product, I'm going to spend my money on it. If it's a shitty product, then I'm not going to bother flipping the coin for it. I don't gamble. Not really. I play fantasy football, but for like $50 or $100 for a whole season. Like, that's it. You know, but that gives me 18 weeks of entertainment plus the weeks leading up to the season and like the fantasy draft. So that's kind of like I put over 100 hours in listening to shit about it and over the course of the season, watching the games. So I'm spending $1 an hour. That's fine, right? I'm not tripping on that. But what? Delta Vortex wilding out here, dude. I could sew some clothes with my... Oh my Jesus, dude. Oh my God. Oh man. Hey, this was cool, Mo. This kind of brought me to two different places though. The first part reminded me of the Mortal Kombat theme from the movie in the 90s. Oh, signal back. There it goes. This right here feels like Mortal Kombat right here. Definitely got that vibe right there. And then in this breakdown here, we have the chord progression. That's somewhat similar to Ghost Town DJ's My Boo. I didn't yell, dude. All right. All right, if you take away all like the sounds, it's very close to Ghost Town DJ's. I think of you. I want to be your lady, If the game is on, give me a call, If the love is strong, I get my all. You could low-key mix that in. You could have DJs could use that. That'd be crazy. I did a soul chord progression, so that's why. Motherfucking soul chord progressions, dude. They just lean right into that. Sierra also copied that shit on that other Sierra song. That Sierra song where the video got Future in there mumbling in a skit. Why would you put Future in a skit in your music video? Like, we already can barely understand him when he raps. But then he's like in a skit and he's just like... He sounds like the teacher in Charlie Brown, bro. No idea what he said. I've seen that video like 7 times. No clue. Boom, 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 boom. Delta, are you 8 years old? I easily win youngest. I don't know, dude. Account deleted. It's like young teenager, dude. Official Delta Vortex. Are you 7 years old, dude? What's going on here, gang? You be saying some wild stuff for a 7-year-old. I'm tween. Oh, there you go. All right. You 14. Yeah. I think account deleted is close. Jobless. How dare you? Not even. We've seen Jobless on stream. Okay. Jobless is definitely not that age. But yeah, I don't have much, man. This has a lot of polish to it, Mole. Great control across the mix. Like things make a lot of sense where they're sitting. Nothing feels too wide. Not mad at like the attack. I kind of do want a sharper kick sound. This kind of saturated kick you're using is like not my favorite for like a nice like loud mix with more, you know, kind of dynamics in the drum mix, but I know that might be kind of genre specific to make it fit in with what you want here. So I'm not saying what you have going on here is wrong. I just think for me, like my mixing here would want like a cleaner kick sound with less like junk on it, because we have a whole lot of bass happening. We really don't need like the throat type of kick. I'd prefer more of like a quick one, you know what I'm saying? So I would experiment with that, but what you got going on here is popping either way, dude. I like it. I appreciate you, gang.
Thank you.
Jibbah is 70 years old. That's fucking wild, bro. I hope if I'm still doing this in 70, that'd be fun, dude. That'd be a lot of fun. I would love to stream until I'm 70 years old. I would do it too. Hell yeah, I would do it too. If I can get a real estate deal going with Real Estate Cowboy, I can do whatever the fuck I want with my time, dude. Still collect money every month. That'd be fantastic. And I would still devote my time to streaming, dude. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. All right, we got 91 Dawn up next. I'm about to close this queue soon. We got a good little group of people in here. We stopped sending a bunch of stuff in, so that's W. All right, 91 Dawn with hilarious MP3. 91 Dawn's over here on the YouTube side. Eradicate Delta. There you go. Seriously troubled Delta. That's not what that means. Unhinged chat tonight. It's pretty amazing. Ja, aren't you a mod? Aren't you a mod, Ja? You're over here complaining about it. I think you have the power. You got it, dude. All right. You got this, dude. What am I doing? I don't know. Dude. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, bro. Me neither. I never know what's going on. I just have a Discord that people join into. You know what's crazy? We looked up the other day. There's someone who makes Talkbox content on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. His YouTube has 13 million subscribers on his YouTube, right? 13 million. He does like really corny shorts about Talkbox. He's like, learn how to play a Talkbox using your phone. And he doesn't make music, number one. And number two, he has a link to his Discord, and there's only 600 people in there. 600. That's weird, dude. That's super, super weird. I mean, he doesn't really have a community. Is that actually real people? Like, what is that? The fuck is that? Yeah, you've seen him. Our Discord is almost at 1,000. And that's like half my community on Twitch, which is crazy. All right, we got 91 Dawn over here running it up. Yeah, it's the blonde dude. Yep. Viral ting for clicks. Hey. Yeah, man. 600 seconds? You out here timing people out for 600 seconds? It doesn't show me you doing that. Oh, you did. And then you removed the timeout immediately because you felt bad. You felt bad immediately and brought them right back in. Jobless definitely has a job and definitely has money. That is for sure. That is for sure. I think Ja works for a company that's might have alien crafts they're studying. I'm poor broke. I'm poor bro and broke. Poor broke. You know what I'm saying? Shh, Jib. Yeah, Jaws out here studying aliens, dude. I'm pretty sure that's what he does for work. I have no idea. I have no idea what he does. No idea what he does, but he does it well, whatever he's doing. All right? Pay the man. You gotta go. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. He works for Area 51 in Trinidad. It's a different one. It's a different one. All right, 91 Don. A couple questions here if you're still here. What's that low mid wiggle on the intro vocal? That was weird. I didn't understand what that was there for. Where's it at? Right here. It's like we have a formant shifted tremolo going on the underneath the vocal. That was a little weird. I didn't understand what that was doing. So, I don't know if I'd do that choice off the rip. If you can get rid of that, I would consider it. Not saying it's wrong. That just made me go, what's going on here? Definitely too much voltage dedicated to the boom booms. Once we hit that 808, we're doing too much with the 808. I think we need a much more controlled scientific approach to the 808. So that we're not robbing the mix of all the mid-range, right? You got your limiter on your master or your stereo bus is reacting heavily to the 808, meaning we're dedicating too much voltage to that. So the 808 needs more control off the rip. I would use like a multi-band compressor to control the different peaks and valleys of that 808. After I feel good about how it sounds a little quieter coming out of that multi-band with everything feeling pretty level, then I would go and I would run that through like a single band limiter to kind of slightly touch it with a single band limiter, just kind of beef it up a little more. And that's going to give you that sort of lifted, elevated sound. But it's going to have a lot more control. On top of that, Ocean uses the OnlyFans money song on his stream for subs. W, dude. I wasn't sure if he was going to do that. That's fire. I'm about to go sub up next time he's streaming. Because yeah, your punch kick needs to cut through the 808 much, much more to keep the bounce on this joint, right? We lose that attack, that initial. So if you're not using this free plugin down here in the mixing videos, check this joint out right here if you can. This is the kilohertz compactor, the ring mod sidechain. This is what you should be using to get your kick through your 808s. It's going to give you a lot faster of a response. It's not sidechain compression. It's ring mod sidechaining. So it's actually just going to cancel out the kick from the 808. So there's no competing happening anymore. Like the kick is allowed to fully shine in real time. But you should watch this 2-minute video to really know how to use this, because it has settings that look like a compressor. It is not a compressor. So definitely we'll learn what the settings do with this video and apply this to your workflow. And I think you're going to get much better mixes scientifically in terms of voltage in the sub range on your mixes here using that. I don't like using this for like sidechaining like vocals or anything else, but I love it for kick through bass, especially in an application like this beat here. Let's keep going here with the other note I had. High harmonics on the snare. I would just add like a high shelf on the snare or fresh air. There it is. I am saying fresh air there. Hey, Mark Zero in the building. Shout out to Mark Zero, W streamer over here, dude. W gang. How you doing, Mark? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, I had to get him one back. He's always doing it to me. Bang! Good, trolling around. W, dude. W. Hell yeah. Y'all make sure to follow. I'm sure you already do. All right? The guy's absolutely dedicated to the feedback craft. I respect it. I respect it. Very good feedback as well. Yeah, attack on the snare as well. This thing needs to make me blink 91 Dawn, and I don't think it's doing that yet. So I would use a transient designer here and try to get a little more snap out of that joint. But all in all, man, it's a cool idea. I like the idea. So keep working it, man. It's very close.
Thank you.
Yeah. We had a request for the OnlyFans money idea. All right, fine. I'll find it. Where's that at? Is it in old beats, right? It's probably in here. She's of money. That's what I called it, right? Yep.
She got OnlyFans money. OnlyFans money. She got OnlyFans money. OnlyFans money. She got OnlyFans money, and she spending on me. OnlyFans money. OnlyFans money. She got OnlyFans money. OnlyFans money. She got OnlyFans money, and she spending on me.
ASMR streams, hell yeah. Just breathing heavily, dude. Hey, I want you to turn up the mids a little bit on that joint. ASMR Talkbox, dude. Just turned it way down.
Oh yeah. Baby.
Hell yeah, dude. You made this originally as a joke, but if you finish this, put this out and advertise it on TikTok, it'd be huge. Ah, dude, I don't want to be known as the OnlyFans money guy. That's the only. Can I sell it to someone? You know, we could make an inappropriate song. It might get big, but I'm all set. I'm all set, dude. It ain't really on brand for me. It was for a contest that I didn't even finish. All right. We got another skip from Constantity and JV Sucio. I think I'm going to close the regular line or I'm never going to get through this. Yes, we'll do that so that we get through everybody's stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Jibb's true verb for the forward-backward movement. What about it? You want to know how it works? Is that what you're saying? You need to understand it? Yes, that is exactly what I use. I use true verb for that. I use true verb for that thing. So, we can do it on this breakbeat right here. I can do it right here. Hold on. True verb, stereo, on a breakbeat. Okay. Boom. We got the front to back pan right here. Okay, so if I were to just solo the breakbeat. Okay, so what you do is you play with the room size right here. Okay, so you watch the blue line and then the distance. It's the yellow line. You see this yellow line? Right, when it's up close, this is your pre-delay, your early reflections. When it's up close, you're not going to hear much of the effect, right? Listening to the whole drum mix. Move this distance. Now it feels like it's gone backwards. Now you get the room size even smaller, and you start to move this over, you start to really hear the difference here. So then if you're playing it with everything else in the beat and you deactivate it, then reactivate it. So you can literally see in the plugin, if you really zoom in on this plugin, this is red, this is yellow, and this is blue here. Blue is your reverb, your room noise, right? Red is your direct signal, and the yellow line is actually your early reflections. So you can see as I move this to the right, this little red right here starts to come down. That's kind of showing you the difference. And that's what's really affecting that pre-delay right there. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. But I wouldn't use it on a whole drum mix. That's just an extreme example for you. Usually use it for vocals, though. Vocals, homie. Slim Shady's creeping up again. Hey, yo, a lyrical miracle sitting in your swimming pool. This unknown fella wants me to send him this beat. It's only 8 bars, I ain't finished this thing. Yeet, skirt, yeet, skirt, yeet, skirt, yeet, skirt, yeet. Hey, Ja, thank you so much for the 2 Rumble subs right there. I appreciate you, gang. Thank you so much for that. This is all I need. That is a wild. You guys can understand what is going on here. Official Delta Vortex. My man's wildin', dude. There's some shit Logic would piss me off by doing too much. Yeah, Logic would. He would write some nerdy shit on this, right? Hey, yo, what, dude? What had happened, Ja? Thank you so much for the 2 gifted, dude. We're going crazy with subs tonight, dude. That's 105, 6, 7. That's 109. 109 subs total today. I'm gonna wake up my wife. Right? I'm gonna pour some water on her head and say, hey, we're gonna have some fun in January, okay? I'm gonna let you take me out somewhere. Yes, and the Rumble subs count for a lot, dude. For real, send this to me. I'm gonna practice my writing skills. All right, I'll do it. I got you, G. I got you. It's not laid out. There's also this other random sound in here that I didn't. I'm not even using. But it got kind of out of tune when I started playing piano on it, so I didn't use it anymore. The dun-dun with the laugh on top.
Bitch. Hey, bitch. Hey, hey, hey. Check it. What, bitch? I be out here motherfucking vibing. You ain't really knowing I be rhyming sometimes, and I ain't even fucking with your time zone. Mess with me, baby, the West Coast, baby, the best coast, baby, sicker than asbestos, baby. Fuck around with me, but you cannot, cause you too crazy. We too wavy with the way that we getting down. Fucking with me, baby, but you can. One of the greatest pound for pound. Ooh. Yeah. And now we spit it real low.
You know how we do and how we go. Baby, what's up with you though? Oh.
That's how I get all my features. Right there. That's all the features I ever get is just me using voice changers. Keep it low, dude. Keep it low, dude. All my raps are below. All right, Constantity up next. I can do that water drop noise. W, dude. The water droplet. That's the signature for the channel now. All right. That shit should drive teachers crazy in high school. Is there something leaking? You guys hearing that? I don't know, dude. It came from over there. Constantity, what we got? Dude, I've already rejected this many times. Typewriter class? I had a typing class. It wasn't typewriters, but typewriter. But typing though, yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Very much vibey, dude. Very much vibey. I bring my keyboard and mouse to school and connect them to my phone and play COD Mobile. Account deleted, you need to fucking just pay attention. All right, you're only in school for like a few hours, dog. That Call of Duty Mobile gonna be there for you later. All right, you're not gonna get any girls playing computer games in class, man. That's not what they're looking for. Okay, or whatever you're into. That's not what they're looking for. All right. There's time for that after school. I have a 95 in science. Shush, Jebs. Okay. What am I talking about? I'm talking about get off your phones in school, dude. Just be at school, right? When I was in high school, everybody was smoking weed before class. Now, I partook quite a bit. I smoked a lot of weed. I drank a lot in high school. Just not at the fucking school. It's not that hard, man. It is not that hard, dude. That humanoid robot girlfriend. Oh, shit. You done programmed your bitch. Damn, you saw the website? My man's dating a fucking Roomba, dude. Hell yeah, dude. She cleans. She cleans. It's fine, dude. I dropped out last day of 11th grade. I'm an effing goof, but I regret it. Yeah, ion is not the right word there. You maybe should have pulled back up for a couple more English classes right there. I know what you were saying though. I'm just trolling. I have a 95 in science and a 96 in language arts, and I don't take math or history right now. You should take math or history right now. Right? On this joint, consonanty, aka Azura, I would try a little subharmonic saturation on this bass to have it stand out a little more in the mix. It's doing some cool stuff. I just want it to kind of feel a little fuller down there. It feels like a little bit of a you're being too nice to us with it. W drum mix though, that stuff's sounding pretty decent, and there's some good attack there. And even though they're pretty heavy drums, there's still some good attack there. Oh shit, that's I think what I missed. That last English class would have fixed me. Hey, you're not broken, okay? You're strong, dude. How would you go about that? I would use Waves R bass or the Bark of Dog low end resonance free plugin. That's what I would do. But W drum mix, I would probably try to get a real girl on this instead of like, you know, Bjork's like one note. It sounds like a coffee shop girl, like fucking just hitting one or two notes, dude. This sounds like a girl named Sarah who cans her own farts. No, I mean, if we got an actual vocalist on this could be fire. Absolute fire, dude. We need to find a lady who does this style. Jibbah has a girl. Fart Canner Sarah is a staple in the community, dude. Stop hating, dude. She's keeping baristas going, dude. She's writing her screenplay. It's gonna work out. Fart Canner Sarah, dude. That's an artist name right there. I would send this to... She's selling them at the coffee shop. Yeah. W. Skip the OnlyFans, dude. Just go to the coffee shops. I would actually send this to Jibbah, actually, 100%. Jibbah has a friend of his, I think her name's like Kelko or something like that. I believe it's something like that. It starts with a K. She can do a vocal like this. Yeah. I reached out to the vocalist on this track already. I used to be in her circle. No response. Man, f her, dude. She don't exist no more then. But I'm dead serious. Get on Jibbah's Discord and reach out to Jibbah, or I'll tap Jibbah's line if you want, and we'll see about getting that beat over to her because she could actually do something with it, 100%. Because this is a one that you're making that actually has room for a vocalist. I could hear a vocalist to kind of elevate this sound, and you know I wouldn't do more, add more shit to it, and just make it longer as it is, and then see what they do creatively, and then do more production on top of that if there's any need to do something like that. That's what I would do. That's a big thing with working with vocalists, especially like remotely. I don't like to give them the entire thing. Yo, I fell in a rabbit hole of remixing Robbie Williams and reinventing Vaporwave first principles. Almost forgot my submission. Okay, all right. Hey, started the stream at work, finally about to be home. W, Reggie Guap. Appreciate you hanging out with us, G. But thank you for sending this, Constantine.
Thank you.
And for all the subs contributed to the channel. Legendary. JV Susi, are we still here, JV? Is JV here? Have we seen him? JV might be in the hot tub section. Someone pull up to the hot tub section and let him know to come up for air. Because it is his turn. There he is. There he is. He's like, all right, he's out of the tub. He's ready. Proms. Vampire, you are a little tardy, man. I'm sorry, G. Good to see you, gang. Okay, is this supposed to say promises? Or are we talking about taking someone to prom? Or is promes a word in Spanish that I'm not privy to? Promes. Spanish. Meaning. Translation. Damn, I need a hot tub, dude. Promesa is the plural form of promisas, plural form of promesa in Spanish, which translates to promises. Okay, so then what the fuck is the name of this song, dog? I just want to know. I'm just curious, dude. I'm gonna do a hot tub studio stream, by the way, Jibbah, next year. Hell yeah, dude! I'll fly down there and just I'll just serve drinks on it. I'll pull up with like the tray, just looking. Here you guys go. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, just hot tub in the studio seems like a bad idea for your equipment. Jibbah, are you proud that I've never vaped? Sure. Sure, man. That's good. That's good. I've never vaped either in the last 2 years. I still have all the equipment, though. We're going to start doing some giveaways. A couple of giveaways from random items in here. All right? Random items in here, like this old vape cartridge thing. You screw in your cartridge to that. Easy money. I used to work at a dispensary, so I have like so many of these fucking things. All the giveaways are going to be related to vape batteries, dude. All my giveaways are just vape batteries, dude. That's it. Vape batteries, screwdrivers, a stress ball, a caster. Because we need that. We need that. And maybe the wooden tech deck someday. Maybe the wooden tech deck someday. Hold on, we got to hit a trick on this joint. Come on, dude. One time. God! Come on. All right, here we go. This is the one. This is the one. Close enough. Close enough. Can you give away the sound engineer sitting in the chair? I could use one of those. Hey, no, I can't give myself away. Jibbah, are you proud that I goon to you? Mainly the zero, though. I wouldn't say I'm proud of that, right? It's a new thing. But I guess if you put your face on the internet, someone will eventually do that, right? Unless you look really, really bad. So I guess I'm flattered. What about the fact that I have smoked, drank, and driven illegally? Are you proud of that? No, I'm not proud of that. Uncalculated. That's one thing I never did is drink and drive. That's why I didn't get my license till I was 22, because I was drinking heavily from 15 to 22. Oh no, dude. No one knows how to clip here, dude. Okay, you're here. All right. What is the name of this song? Promes? Proms? Yeah, right? I remember when goon meant like the movie The Goonies. The movie The Goonies, right? And it just meant like you had like some people that beat people up with you, some goons. Now it's just like people staring at their phones, going wild, dude. Look at Orgies. Orgy says I goon to Mark Zero. Mark, we got some of your stray pups in here, dude. Crazy work, dude. All right, well this is promes because I have no idea what this means, JV. Promiscuous is what you meant to write. And you landed on promes. Okay, were you high when you wrote this? What happened? E's not even in the word. Let's check it out. Shawty, I don't
Studio. Bet you online. Cuerpo crazy mind even. favor, mommy, stay authentic. Story in your scars make you so different. Ain't no boring bone in your frame, you electric. The way you own your past, baby, so majestic. Met you online, cuerpo crazy, mind even better. Type one corazón, mommy, bringing all that pressure. Fire in your soul, that dominant reflejo. Ese energía fuerte, sabes, soy mujeriego. Don't trip on body count, mommy, live your life. Mientras tú me haces bien, I'll keep you by my side. Girl, you're sweet like insulin, keep my levels right. Promiscuous, angel, blow your mind for the time. Este corazón aquí no mira número, solo the vibe que me hace sentir. If you're loyal to the moment, entonces es todo que necesito aquí. No me importa tu pasado ni que te toco. The way you're moving, mommy, slow it down nice and slow. You a storm in my chest, pero calm in the glow. Promiscuous angel with a nose full of snow. Ella dice que me quiere, pero solo pa' jugar. No me pide garantía, just want it raw. In the bed we go crazy, en la vida calmado. Two freaks in the night, daylight privado. Ain't shy about a craving, grabbing by my teeth. Tell me, papi, ven acá, drop it to a knee.
Yeah,
she
it does
a
the start
queen
name
in
all
the
the
street,
time.
but a demon with me. Match my vibe, match my hunger, match my whole energy. Hazme un favor, mommy, stay authentic. Story in your scars
Okay, Mike, okay.
make you so different. Ain't no boring bone in your frame, you electric. The way you own your past, baby, so majestic. Mommy woke up freaky, hit my phone with a ping. Said she want a quick taste, not no promise ring. Biting on my neck while she riding on the beat. Whisper dirty in my ear while she sit on her nasty with the lip. Yeah, I love you.
Yeah, she nasty like me, and she loves others.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, JV Sucio Sabu. Let's talk about it, man. I know that JV's not going to be mixing his own stuff. He tends to send things off to get mixed. But so we pretty much work on, you know, song structure and stuff like that with JV's music, knowing that someone else will eventually mix it. But this is not ready to get mixed yet. I think you already know that. Let's talk about it. The intro right now feels very disjointed. All right, it seems like we were like trying to figure shit out and then just stop that one idea and then we get into the song. Like, I'd rather just cut off the beat, let the beat run a little bit, or do something different off the rip and then come in with confidently with where the song actually starts, right? I don't know. I don't have a favorite song where I can hear the person figuring out the ideas at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Punch-ins technique. I hear a lot of sloppy punch-ins here. All right? If you're going to do a punch-in, right, that's totally fine. Totally fine to punch in. No shame in that game. Pretty much everybody fucking punches in, minus like the old heads that are stubborn as fuck. And people are punching in while writing now, which is fine. But if you're going to do that, you need to say the previous phrase of the line before that, before going into your next line. So like if you have a rap line where you're saying, you know, it's JV Sucio, bitch, what you gonna do? And then you're saying the next line after that is the way you're trying to punch in, but you already like that first line. You still need to, when you record, you need to say that first line and match the pitch and character and timing and then go into that next line. Otherwise, it's too obvious to hear that. Even if you crossfade it, we'll still be able to hear because the character feels different. The timbre of your voice is different. The cadence feels a little different. So you can't get head and drive either. Booney Blue facing 15 years for it. Man, there you go. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. All right. Most people won't have the opportunity for that to happen anyway. So we pretty much don't need to warn anyone here about that. Account deleted. What are you going to start doing? You should start mixing them together. Drink and drive. Drink and smoke. Smoke and drive. I mean, I used to smoke weed and drive all the time. That's not even... That low-key, that makes people more focused. Yeah, who's Booney Blue? Bonnie Blue. Yeah, who's that? Is that a person? Some kind of artist, maybe? But yeah, the punch-in technique needs work. It was very sloppy, very obvious where the punch-ins were, and the character changed on each punch-in, so I wouldn't do that. Who's that? I really don't know who Bonnie Blue is. I'm dead serious. That sounds like a country artist. That's Reggie Guap every day, dude. She's a famous store. Slore. A slore. What's a slore, dude? If drink and drive make sure you snort. Okay, this advice is getting really bad. She's the person who slept with 100 men. Oh my goodness. Okay, so she's a star in that category. Got you. I'm married, y'all. I'm not very well versed in the names of these ladies. Yeah, everybody saw that article on Twitter, dude. Yeah. Yeah, she went viral, dude. Probably in a couple ways from that experience. The outro seems just as disjointed. I don't love the like slow everything down and it didn't really fit the vibe of the whole song. And then song structure, man. I really want a thematic section where we have something that is different from our verse parts always being one vocal. So just give a little more thought into structure with these songs, and that's going to make them more thematic, more memorable, and just something that people will come back to. Right now, this doesn't have anything that people will want to revisit because it feels like a number of ideas kind of patched together at the moment. So that's all. But I like the character you have on here. The timing is okay. It just needs a little bit more direction in terms of where we're going with it, and make sure those punch-ins are seamless. Make sure we're saying the line before of the line we actually are targeting to record. So that's what I got for you, JV. I appreciate you, gang.
Thank you.
I'll be her dad. Wait, what? Her father? Dude, he's like, yeah, she's not my daughter no more. She just did it. She did an entire 4 years of college in one day, you know? Nothing wrong with that. You know, sitting up here on our high horse, dude. You know what I mean? She can do whatever she wants, dude. She seems like a great person to me. No problems here. Like, if a dude had slept with 100 girls in one day, are people really getting mad? You know? I don't understand the double standard. Just saying. She's a person too. That's right. It is a Talkbox, Jessica. You already know. You already know. All right. Sacrificial Grounds. Are we here? We're going to get to the point where if they're not here, we ain't playing it. Sacrificial Grounds. Are we in a building? It's been a minute. I apologize. We're moving at our own pace today. Sacrificial Grounds started following 2 hours ago. They probably dipped. She added a 0 to the hundo. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. It was 1,000. She added, just because she added Mark 0. Just exploring what are these. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's you know, just my little tiny channel points. All right, well, if Sacrificial comes back, we're gonna run it up for him. Tyson, the developer. Low-key sounds like Tyson builds buildings for a living. But I don't see Tyson in here right now. Tyson going once, Tyson going twice. Tyson gone. How about, is Mizzy here? Mizzy pulled up, didn't have... Mizzy's probably not here. Haven't seen Mizzy say anything. Klopster's in the building. Okay, I got you, Klopster. And I know Auso's here. I saw them talking earlier. Oh, you're Tyson. Okay, you're Tyson, the developer. All right, we're going to run that first. We're going to run that. And then we're going to run Auso. Check it out, gang. This is like homeroom in high school. Straight up, dude. Timothy, present. Thank you. All right, this is called Blackened Valentine. Let's check it out, dude. Present. Got you.
You tear me apart. You played a film that you showed no one, and you were the star. Why would I stay when you got no time? I told you before. You played a game like we're only friends. out that I won't write. You chopped it up into seduction. War dress, I screamed the black and Valentine. She said, oh boy, you'll never bleed me. I said, oh girl, hope one day I'll make you mine. Oh mine, oh mine, oh mine, oh mine, oh mine. Saw the truth within the mirror of your eyes. You played the rubber to perfection. Wore a dress that screamed the black and Valentine. She said, oh boy, you'll never bleed me. I said, oh girl, hope we'll chop it up one time. You played a film that you showed no one. Played a film that screamed the black and Valentine. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh my, oh my.
W. There's a rose in the devil's garden, dude. Yeah, dope ideas. I think, you know, if this is your first time mixing like a band, that's, you know, that makes a lot of sense. It has the vibe of that being the case, right? There's a lot we can be doing here to gain more control, and that's like the main thing I'm going to go over here with you. And so it starts off with the initial thing off the rip. That first guitar we have that plays for the first like half of the song, all right? That thing needs a lot more control. I would definitely use like a multi-band compressor to control the peaks, especially like the low mid resonance we get out of this joint. That stuff in there, right? Using a multi-band before I even bother EQing to try to really level out the sound a little bit. Twith, Mark Zero, LOL, Twitch has a Twith emote. There you go, W. The guitar is 100% frequency masking the lead vocal, right? When we have multiple sounds existing in the same frequency range, you have to make a decision as the engineer which one wins. Only one can win at that frequency range. And in this case, the vocal needs to beat the guitar. And right now the guitar is beating the shit out of the vocal. So you have to find ways to do some subtractive mixing to open up a hole for that lead vocal to sit in among the guitars there at the beginning of the song. It happens even worse when we get the electric stack, the distorted guitars at the end. And that's another thing we'll have to talk about. But I like to use a side chainable multi-band compressor in the vocal range, that like 250 hertz to 550, and just let it kind of ride the fader for you. You're triggering a duck in that area on that guitar whenever that lead vocal is happening. So that lead vocal happens, this other stuff comes down and allows that lead vocal to exist and sit in there. You could also mess with a mid-side EQ maybe and take some of the mids out. Just EQ some of the mids out in that range. That would also probably help you out on the guitar. Beyond that, the guitar sound at the beginning, the kind of clean electric, it could use an RL exciter plugin to bring out more textures. RL exciters add even harmonics, so it's like distortion's cousin. It adds even harmonics that's going to make a guitar feel like it has like way more texture. It's going to make it just kind of feel 3D, and that's kind of missing. It's kind of a dead sort of, it's like we put some kind of tape saturation on here. On the clean electric, and it doesn't have much life to it. So I'm not sure what plugin you're using, if at all using one, or if it's if you guys actually mic'd up an amp and it's coming off the tone of the amp. Not a problem if that's the case. But anytime you record guys like this, I would love to find a way to do the dry signal, the DI signal, and get an amp. Some people do have a setup that allows for that. I used to do that with people if they wanted the amp. Then I also had the DI signal from the guitar, and I could go in later and I could reamp it if I wanted to get like a better tone that made more sense in the mix. But if you're stuck with just what you got off the amp, then an RL exciter would be your buddy to get a little bit more high harmonics off of that joint. and make it feel a little more textured and kind of more exciting, for lack of a better word. It is coming off the amp W. Okay, and then this is like a mix philosophy here for you. Just mix to the groove way more, right? We have a tendency when we start mixing other people's music, especially bands, right? If you're catching input from multiple people in the band, like, oh, make sure this is loud enough so they can hear it. Make sure this is loud enough so they can, like. There's too many cooks in the kitchen a lot of times with bands. But what your job as an engineer is to just listen to the recording, listen to every sound recorded, and figure out what is driving the groove. What is making the song move people, right? What are the elements of that song that are going to make people move their head up and down to this shit, right? It's usually going to be kick, snare, and bass. It's usually going to be that, right? Sometimes there's other guitar elements that have some rhythm to them that's going to make that move, but for the most part, with this particular recording, it's kick, snare, bass, and those three things don't feel important in your mix. So I would find a way to emphasize those three elements much more to get them pulled forward and get them to feel important, and we'll talk about other ways to do that. Then the low mids on guitar really hurt at some spots. So definitely that multi-band compressor would help a lot to control those peaks, but you have a big problem in the low mids there with the clean electric guitar. I should be making emotes. Yeah, you should, Mark. You should, Doc. The whole mix would benefit from buses. I don't hear any buses happening here. If you have one, you're not doing enough at any of those buses. I would use a drum bus here. I would send all the drums to a drum bus. On that drum bus, I'd be doing some compression while still allowing the attack through to kind of mesh everything. I would be doing parallel compression to pull these drum sounds forward even further and kind of fatten them up. And I might even put a single band limiter on there just to really elevate everything and pull it up and make it so we can really hear these things smacking. I'd probably do some transient designing on the snare and the kick and try to get more punch off the front of those. What do you mean by buses? I'll show you. So I can pull up a song with more going on here. Let me pull this joint up real quick. So yeah, what I mean by buses is like we make auxiliary tracks. It depends what you're using. If you're using Pro Tools, they're aux tracks. If you're using Ableton, it's just another stereo track that you create as an in pass-through channel. I'm not sure what we call it in FL. I'm not sure what you're using though. Jibbah, if I made some AI beats, would you listen to them? Yeah, not happily, but I would. I got you, G. Okay, so for my personal workflow, what I like to do, a lot of engineers will do this too. You'll kind of have your session set up in a way where you know how everything's going to go all the way through. You're using Pro Tools. Okay, so easy in Pro Tools is they're just aux channels. And then you're sending everything to the aux channel that applies to that. And then the aux channel is meeting up with another bus and another bus and another bus. So to lay this out for you, the way I have my session set up, they go kick, snare, clap, all the other sounds here that are drums. Okay, they run into this bus channel first here. This is my drum saturation bus called the NLS bus. It's a technique that a lot of engineers are using. And you don't need to do this. This is kind of extra steps here, but everything goes from the NLS bus into my drum bus. Okay, so if I just solo the drum bus, all we're getting is drums on this record, unless I have something soloed. I do have something soloed. Hold up. Yeah, we'll just go run this right here. Jibbah, did you look at your Spotify Wrapped? I don't listen to Spotify. I have Apple Music. Okay, so on my drum bus, it looks like I'm doing a little bit of clipping, multi-band clipping, but I'm also using this plugin here to do all the heavy lifting. So if I deactivate these two plugins, that's what we got going on. If I deactivate everything I'm doing here, and we bring this plugin back online. So just listen to the drums here. Now we're gonna add some low frequency harmonics here at 80 Hertz. Kind of beefs up the kick a little bit. We're going to add some compression. This particular compressor uses machine learning to let the attack through. So when you're going to do a compressor on your drum bus, make sure that you're listening for the beginning transients of your kicks and snares. Make sure you're not like fading into those sounds by grabbing them too quickly with a compressor. Right? Can Mark send a link? He needs to show me his rap. Yeah. He's got his own Discord too, and you can send him in our Discord, or he can send the link here in chat. Easy money. He doesn't need permission. Mark can do anything. Yeah, paste the link, dog. Well, I don't regulate links in here. Mark, I got you, G. Mark, you can do whatever you want here, dude. So when we add the compressor, right, watch the drums sort of mesh a little better here. Everything gets that same, it's a slight saturation that everything gets, and they kind of get the same tone to everything. We start to mesh it. Now, we go with, this is a parallel compression knob right here. I have it at 89. Turn this on. This parallel compression really brings it forward. I bring this down. No parallel compression. We start to creep this up. Just see if you can hear the subtle changes here. It makes it kind of come forward. And then I like to add a little bit of parallel grit, and this plugin allows you to do. That's super subtle though. Okay. After that, I wanted to do some very specific clipping on here with the multiband clipper. This is kind of high level. You don't need to do shit like this. But this is something I wanted here. And I'm really just clipping the super high end. I set the band at 5.5 and up. So I'm kind of using this like a de-esser clipper. It's really to grab the top end of that clap. That's all it's really touching. Not doing much. And then after the drum bus, okay, so say we like our drums. After the drum bus, we have our bass sounds, right? So, and then our bass goes into a bass bus. So in the bass bus is where all our bass meets up. And I have a lot of plugins going on here. Let me move out the way. I'm using a multiband to kind of ride the fader here for the bass and get a little more control. Then I'm running it through a limiter that has a little bit of a little texture to it. I'm not really hitting this limiter very hard. I'm more using it for the phase changes it'll do. And then I have this that's going to be getting the kick through the bass when the kick is playing. The kick's not playing right now, so you're not hearing that. You'll probably see it happen now. There it goes. It's ducking right there. So you're using these buses to do the different things you need it to do and kind of make things mesh and modify everything. But each bus, I'm kind of giving it a squeeze, right? I'm taking like items, I'm giving it a slight squeeze. And then my bass bus and my drum bus will meet up in my drum and bass bus, where I'll just have a single band limiter sitting there. I'm going to update this mix. I just bought the L4, so I'm going to have everything go through the L4 instead of the old L2s. And then all the stuff in green is my melodies. And then my green goes into a melody master bus. On the melody master bus, again, I just have a single band limiter sitting there. And then we go into the beat master bus. Beat master bus, I have, you guessed it, a single band limiter just barely touching the signal sitting there. So each one of these buses, we just kind of elevate the sound floor a little bit, and we're pushing everything just slightly. We're not trying to really see the attenuation happen. We're just listening for what it's doing, right? So just little by little, you're stacking those up. Then with vocals, I have all my lead vocals. They end up at a lead vocal bus. All my dub vocals end up at a dub vocal bus, which you'll find way down here because I got a bunch of vocals on this joint. So yeah, lead vocal master bus, where I'm going to be doing some multi-band compression, and then a single band compressor after that. And then I'm doing a little bit of subtle EQ, and then we're bringing in some fresh air at the back end on the lead vocal. And then on the dubs, I think I'm just cheating right now and using the CLA because I'm too lazy to set anything else up. I'm just using that for dubs. And then on the vocal master bus is where I do some surgical cuts on the vocals as a whole. So this will affect the lead vocals and the dub vocals where they combine. The vocal master bus is also where any of my reverb returns will come back to. right? So if I have any effects, delays, reverb returns, they'll come back to that vocal master bus. That's where you kind of combine everything. So anything I change here will change vocals across the entire song, right? Starfuse, what's good, man? I closed it a minute ago, G. I'm sorry, man. And then everything after that goes to the stereo bus where we're using God Particle right now to bring in some subharmonic saturation and a limiter as well. And then I got another catch limiter sitting behind that. That's not really doing anything, just in case. And then my actual master fader just has an analyzer sitting on it, right? So that's what I mean by buses. So if I play a kick drum, you're going to hear that kick drum go through a number of processes before it actually hits the speakers. That's what's not happening on your mix. Your mix needs a lot more areas to mesh like items and give us more control of the overarching elements. So I think building this into your template in Pro Tools would be highly beneficial for you. And that's why you give the rundown on shit like that. It's just, I wish someone told me that when I started. So there it is, gang. Appreciate you, dog. Thank you for sending this through.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you do a skip, absolutely, Starfuse. Absolutely. Yeah, if you sub yourself, then you won't have any ads, and you'll be able to jump in the skip line. Hell yeah, Klopster. And if you got any questions, man, with shit like that, feel free to reach out in the Discord. You can tag me in the chat on the Discord if I'm not live. I try to make sure we help our people out and everybody trying to grow and elevate. So I can't have this fucking song open though. It's a little slow everything down. Jibbah is always a human W. Hey, appreciate that, PSP enjoyer, dude. What did they change that thumbnail to, PSP? What did they change that thumbnail they had was doing you dirty on that thing yesterday? Boom. They changed it to a picture of your dad's butt. Well, that's probably doing worse.
Big Jibbah.
Hey, Starfuse. Look at Snoop go. Appreciate it, dog. Thank you so much for that, gang. Throw that in the skip submissions, homie. Appreciate you. Okay, anyways. All right, let's move it on. That was right here. Tyson developer Mizzy never came back. So we got to skip. Then we're going to Auso. This is Starfuse right here with Starfuse ATL, free Miami bass, and Furacao 2000 baile funk type beat, Mamacita. Got some lemon cherry gelato from NorCal, dude. Love how you pronounce the name, bro. I have no idea what I'm doing. All right. All right. If I offend everyone, I'm sorry. I just be going for it, dude. Never change, young Jib. I won't, dude. I'm too old to change. You guys are stuck with me now.
Starfuse.
Account deleted. You okay, dude? Yeah, man. That also had the Ghost Town DJs Mabu vibes with the drums there, right? A little bit of that going on there. Very cool stuff though. I got a couple ideas here for you, Star Fuse. Nothing crazy, man. You're off to a great start here with this joint. Main thing I was hearing is the snare. I really would work on that snare. That snare's gotta match the sonic textures already going on with your perk sounds, right? And it's just lacking in high harmonics right now. It just feels like there's a bit of a blanket over it, so we're not getting all those textures through the mid range. So I would use like the Fresh Air plugin or a high shelf EQ. If you're just gonna do the high shelf EQ, try boosting around, I don't know, 16K and up, and see how that feels. But I know for sure that free plugin Fresh Air will give you exactly what I'm looking for. If you just kind of dial that in with that mid or that the high knob and figure out kind of what sounds best. But that's just all that's doing is a saturated blend of a high shelf essentially, and that saturation makes it a little more palatable. So consider that right there. And then up snares, right? I call up snares any snare that's not happening when we expect them on the 2 and the 4. We have a lot of them here where we kind of do the tit right before we come back and turn around. If we want to take drums like samples and make it feel a little more human, a good thing to try doing, it might not always work on every production, but you might try it on this joint, is keep the regular 2 and 4 snares where they are pitch wise, but then when we do those up snares, anything not happening on those spots we expect them to, experiment with moving them up 1 semitone, you know, or even half a semitone, just seeing how it feels to have them have a slightly different pitch than the main snare. And it might kind of sort of humanize these drums a little more. But that's a technique that I learned years ago from a drummer. Because a lot of the reason we like break beats is because when they do those kind of up snares, they have a slightly different vibe to them. They're hitting the snare a little differently, and it kind of gives you that, like a digital version of that, if you will. It's not perfect, but it does give it a slightly different vibe, a little more variation. So it's something to try out. But it might kind of rob the 90s, sort of that 90s New Jack Swings type of thing you have going on here. So that might not be the move, but definitely something to try on future ones. The sub bass right now feels a little wide. I don't know if that's happening or that's just my ears getting tricked by how wide the low mids are. But I would definitely split this bass into 2 channels and do that around 150 hertz. I'd have the 150 hertz and down, or like 100 hertz. You can decide. I'd have that monoed out, and I'd probably slap like a limiter or 2 on that bass to try to just barely touch that signal, but get it to just kind of elevate a little more and have like full control of how much sub voltage we're really pushing through here. Because I think you could do a little more with that. And then that 150 hertz and up version, you can have that as wide as you want. That won't really matter. That's just there for texture at that point. The heavy lifting is happening with some science down low in the sub range. And then of course we're sidechaining the shit out of this kick through that sub range, because it's kind of a longer kick for something with this much bounce, and that's fine. But I also might mess with adding more attack to the kick and the snare. Account deleted. Jibbah, if I don't return, it was fun while it lasted. Why are you going away? The shadows caught up faster than expected. I have to disappear for a bit. What are you doing? Some kind of lore, dude? What are we doing right now? Yeah? How dare you, dude? I sometimes do a mono split at low frequencies with Imager, but for some reason I didn't do it in this beat. Yeah, see, I don't like doing the splits. I'm switching locations. Oh, okay, you're good. You're good. I hate the mono splitting plugins. It doesn't do the same thing to my ear as just making the split yourself, and then you have a separate fader. So I would consider doing it with a separate fader, doing your own splits. It's gonna feel different. And then yeah, like I said, I might add more attack on the snare with a transient designer. I might also try to experiment with more attack on the kick itself. But all in all, W production. I appreciate you, gang. Thank you for subbing up and joining us. Absolute W. Star Fuse. Also, do you have the big Jibbah subsample pack? You should already have it. Pretty sure you've been subbed before. But yeah, you have because you've been here for a couple months subbed up. Appreciate you, gang. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Boom, boom, boom. But if you don't have it, let me know. We'll make sure you got it. Yeah, this is all linked, so you're good to go. W. Oh, now they have found me. How are you still typing, dude? What's going on over there? Hello? Hello? All right, we got Auso with Time to Confess. Let's check it out. These are my confessions.
He simply smiles meekly.
And he will be held without bail in a maximum security unit.
A horror score kind of thing? I don't even know. Okay.
Right.
Can't see what it's supposed to be. Unhappy with all the happenings. Outcast with a mask, it's a maddening. Drown it, ravage, what a masterpiece. Count 6 down, bitch, in the ditch beneath. Oak trees, Grove Street, 333. Fuck this, hate them, do you disagree? Lie mix, rock quick, I can guarantee, like.
Happily smiling, mixing up till I see it all. White eyes and no photos, bubbling as it bleaches bones.
Caress all the skin of it, artistic bitch, you could get with this. Now kiss my lips, we can live in sin. My arms open till I'm pissed again. Harvest begin, I'ma make her spit. That body pale, it's cadaveric. As eyes roll back, I'ma make it quick. This steel plunge in till I see it split.
We understand that this will be a briefing of all of the events leading up to the arrest.
Don't play, double A, sparkle on bed frames. I feel the raid, elevate. Time to singe those veins. Cooperate, temporate. Every sound you make, flicker flames. Body shake like a rattlesnake. Keep playing with it. Keep playing with it.
He looked at me and he smiled meekly.
Police ballistics experts are conducting tests to confirm whether he is also responsible for the deaths of 5 other people.
It's just the real deal. Treat me like a cold meal. Gassed up by the K and a mobile. Gotta do what I do so I fulfill. No heat in the whip, getting cold chills. Riding hot, not now, flip around, ho. Blank stare, jumpsuit, call me Michael. Long drive, late night, taking side roads. Snow white, sleep tight, wear a blindfold.
Happily smiling, mixing up till I see it all. White eyes and no photos, bubbling as it bleaches bones.
Don't play, double A, sparkle on bed frames. I feel the raid, elevate. Time to singe those veins. Cooperate, temporate. Every sound you make, flicker flames. Body shake like a rattlesnake. Keep playing with it. Keep playing with it.
But which proved to be a very vital clue.
Stop their bloodshed.
A very vital lead in the investigation.
Truth is, I don't sleep a lot. Closed eyes, no sight, getting stomach knots. I strike outright, make the noises stop. Waste time, truck stop, then I bust the lock. Like, take another laugh with me. Wake up from the wildest dreams. Wake again, but still asleep. What is it supposed to mean?
Happily smiling, mixing up till I see it all.
What is it supposed to mean?
White eyes and no photos, bubbling as it bleaches bones. Happily smiling,
Keep playing with it.
mixing up till I see it all.
What is it supposed to mean?
White eyes and no photos,
Keep playing with it.
bubbling as it bleaches bones.
The weather continues hot and muggy.
Yeah, man. So the lyrics gave me some Brother Lynch Hung vibes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I grew up on a bunch of his music. On my briefcase was some crumble weed. That's a fire song right there, dude. They call me Agent 00 Deuce 4 Block. A lot of people don't know about that shit. That's that, isn't he from Sacramento? Some Sacramento shit right there. Absolutely. I understand what you're doing here, right? Like I said, I used to record someone who did a lot of this type of shit. His name was like Scarecrow. I think that was his rap name, Scarecrow. But right now, I think this drum mix needs... Is that him? Yeah, that might be him. Let me see. Is there a $sign for one of them? Boom, 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 boom. What does he actually look like? I don't know. He toured. He toured with ICP. He was always going on the road, opening for them. But I don't know if that was the guy. I don't know if he spells it with a $sign. I don't remember there being a $sign. But he loved the horrorcore shit, dude. He was a good guy. Super nice human being, and just would record songs about murdering people. I was like, what? So on this joint, I got a number of notes. We'll go over them real quick here. On this joint, the drum mix is lacking depth and dynamics. It feels like we're all the horrorcore guys are super nice. Yeah, what is that? Hilarious. It's crazy. They got all their demons out on the recordings, so they don't have to worry about it. That's crazy. The drum mix is lacking depth and dynamics. It's just kind of it's there's nothing smacking out at us and forcing us to pay attention to this, right? A lot of people hear this and say, mix wise, oh, that's fine, it's cool, right? We don't want that. We want this to be more polarizing when people hear it. So it's not that it's dry. There's effects in there, right? It's just that it needs more intention through the mid range. So it just needs more depth and dynamics, and I would kind of create that depth and dynamics through what I like to call loud, quiet, loud, quiet. So we want a snare sound to have more smack on the front of it so that it feels like it's closer to us, and then we have the tone getting kind of compressed after that. It feels like there's not like a drum bus on here. I would definitely say this would benefit a lot from a drum bus, kind of meshing these sounds together and giving them a little bit of a squeeze to get more of a tone out of them. But also I would be transient designing the kick and the snare separately to put more attack on them. I'd probably back off some of the decay on the snare as well. We don't need a long like we can make it a little shorter. That's gonna give us more depth. It's gonna give us the illusion of more depth because we're getting quieter. When you give feedback, I'm gonna record it and send it to my producer since he's a homie too. This will be a VOD when I'm done too. So unless there's like a copyright issue, but if there is a copyright issue, you can go over to Rumble and watch the video there. It always saves it there. They don't block any of the audio, so that's a W. But yeah, so I would allow more transients to cut through the mix on your drums, kick and snare especially. Very, very important. I would allow more low mids on your lead vocal. I feel like we're rolling off too much of the actual your actual instrument, right? That I don't mind it, the does being a little thinner, but I think having a little more low mids on the lead vocal would make this feel a little it'd be easier to connect with. Hey, Link Shadow, I appreciate the follow. Let us know, Link Shadow.
How you doing?
How you doing, gang? Then I would also consider adding something like Vocal Line to your workflow. If you're not familiar with Vocal Line, it's a plugin that allows you to kind of take a snapshot of the lead vocal, and then you take a snapshot of the dub vocal, and then it will just automatically line them up for you. It'll line up the dub to the lead vocal without you having to like go in and painfully move shit around or do the warping yourself. Because there is some spots here where it feels like you like to dub things a lot on a lot of your raps, and they can get a little sloppy, right? We have a lead vocal up the center, that's great, and then you have a left dub and a right dub, and they're all doing the same lyrics and the same timing as the lead. That lead feels like you're pulling focus away from it because we're hearing a slightly different timing here and there on the left side, slightly different on the right side. If we tighten those up, do you mind if the feedback's something on BandLab? No, we listen to that stuff all the time, Blink, but I did close the queue like an hour and a half ago. I'm sorry, G, because I I'll be up all night if I don't do that. Your boy's got a 2-year-old, you know what I'm saying? So we be up early in this house. Yeah. But I do feedback on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. You caught me on a Wednesday night at the end. The other 3 nights of the week that I stream, I just make music in here. I work on my own stuff. But I still answer questions and shit. And so feel free to join the Discord. I answer questions in the Discord too when I'm not live. And we have a nice community, about 1,000 of us now. Just producers and shit in there. So I have a 2-year-old, but I don't have a son. Account deleted. You're not old enough to have a child. So I know you don't got no kids. Cut it out, dude. Cut it out, dude. Very cool vocal fry techniques on some sections. I like that. That had a whole different texture. I want to make sure my ear isn't stale on something I made today. W. Hey, if you ever need a vocalist or rapper on those work days, I'll for sure collab and work. Hey, I don't know if you know this, Reggie, but I also do vocals. Hell yeah, dude. So yeah, I like the vocal fry techniques. Not enough people access that part of their voice. Obviously, it's very important for this style that you're doing. The snare would benefit from a transient designer. We talked about that. The kick would benefit from more attack and some more low end on it. You could use you could even just boost it with an EQ, or you could use like a subharmonic saturation plugin like Waves R-Bass, or a free one would be like the Bark of Dog plugin, to give you more low resonance on this kick. It just needs a little bit more weight down low. It's being a little too nice to us there. Drum bus, really, really needed here. If you don't have a drum bus, absolutely, Link. Appreciate you, gang. We'll be here. If you don't have a drum bus in your workflow, you should that should be your homework for the rest of the week, is just try to look up videos for your DAW and how people are building drum buses. Probably with stock plugins in there is fine. If you got some extra shit you like to use, that's fine. There's also plugins you can buy just for drum buses, like the Cradle Audio's Orion. There's also Decap's Knock plugin. Those are fantastic to run your drum buses. Now, this is a mixed philosophy here. One has to win at a time in the low end and in the vocal range, especially. Those are really important areas. And right now, we have like a longer kick. It's like almost an 808, but it's kind of a cleaner one that happens at some points, and then it's kind of getting muddy with the other punch kick at the same time. So we have to make sure that we're side chaining that punch kick through. Punch kick has priority, and then the other sub or 808 happening is fine. So we're going to side chain that punch kick through that 808 so that we don't have two competing things demanding way too much voltage out of the speakers at that point in the mix. We want to be very intentional about how much voltage we're giving to each sound and at what time we're doing it. Then the lead vocal needs to sit way higher up in the mix. Just volume wise it can come up, but I would also parallel compress that lead vocal, and then turn the direct up as well. Once you dial in the drums a little more though, get the beat sounding right with a little more intention on the drum mix, and then work on the vocal after that. And then some spots you could probably use a little more character, right? You have with the vocal fry spot, great character there, right? You're taking vocal risks. It's fantastic. Then there's other spots where it's like, oh man, I wish you would have leaned into that more. I don't quite believe him on that part. So if I was recording you, I would force you to take more vocal risks. That's what's going to make your shit. It's already different in general than like we're used to hearing if we don't listen to this style of music. But I think what would make people who are big fans of this style of music is for you to lean into getting louder and having more dynamics and just getting a little weirder with your vocal, exploring the instrument a little more, the voice, and letting things get a little crazy here and there, taking more vocal risks, putting more of your like original stamp on it, kind of finding a sound that's a little further out of your comfort zone. So if I was your engineer, I'd be pushing you out of that comfort zone every recording session, to try to get you to kind of find that character a little more. And just remember, you're an actor on the mic, dude. So you don't have the benefit of a camera in front of you to convey all the body language.
Do you want to fill our stadium up with our guys? I know that we have a good draw for people from out of town. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm psychic with it with the fucking red. Let's go, G. Appreciate you, gang. I'm psychic with it as a W. If you don't follow that guy, make sure you do. Very talented producer, young man. He makes very good stuff. I like everything I've heard from him so far. Appreciate you, psychic with it. How was your stream, man? How did that go, man? I appreciate you, gang. But yeah, that's what I mean by some spots use more character. And then when we do this pitch shifted vocal here, we can also form and shift it, right? So if I were to pitch shift my vocal, let me mess around with this real quick. Hold on. Okay, mic check, that's normal. So if I come down in pitch right here, right, down in pitch, I'm like an octave down right there, right? Boom, 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 boom. Now if I come up in formant,
it starts to have a different texture, right? So coming up in formant will make it a little bit more intelligible if I come way down. If I'm down here, yeah, hey.
So, making sure that you're making sure that if we pitch shift something down, then we also mess around with bringing the formant up, and that's going to go from being like a to something that's a little bit more intelligible, something we can really hear the enunciation a little more on. Same as in the opposite. If you pitch shift up, turn into Brother Jibbah for a second. Hell yeah, dude. If you pitch shift up, then I formant shift back down a little bit. And that's a technique you hear all the time with a lot of like pop records. Like Chris Brown's doing that a lot on his mixes. They'll do a dub and they'll just use pitch shift to bring that dub down one octave, and then they'll move the formant up until they like how that sounds, and they put a spreader on it. So it'll be like his lead vocal, and then he's got this like low sitting underneath it. We had a whole Chris Brown segment the other day. Chris Brown, dude. That's how Mike Tyson says it, dude. Hell yeah. Fucking cookie slap my boy, dude. What? I did a little formant shift, but it sounds like I need to embrace it some more. Hell yeah, lean into the weird, dude. So that's all I got for you, gang. I appreciate you sending this through, man, and hanging out with us tonight and finding the stream. So big W. Appreciate you. Also Radio.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Delta Vortex, is he still here? I think it went past his bedtime. Dude, that was dope ass feedback. Exactly what I was looking for. Can't say it enough. Appreciate it. Hey, W gang. Appreciate you. I've been in Twitch's chats and taking shots. I would never leave. All right, Senpai is Erect is the name of this joint. Color me slightly afraid. I'm watching stream with one hand. That's good. I don't want to know what the other one's doing. I never want to know what the other one's doing. God damn it. What's wrong with your generation? Most people just say hello. How's it going? All right. None of this gooning stuff. All right. Damn, did I even download that bitch? I don't think I did. Is that it? What's it called? I never know what your stuff's called. Senpai is erect. Oh, there it is. Found it. Schmamp. I don't know why this is sitting here. I don't need that anymore. That's mine. Oh, okay. Here we go. Stop! Who's Senpai though, dude? Probably doing one-handed push-ups, yeah. There you go. Well, I gotta say, your music's better than your Twitch chatting, that's for sure, dude. Wild, dude. Yeah, this is very cool. So this is the funk. What do they call this? F and what? F and F. Lovely tune. Good use of brain rot. There you go. I could see Sonic the Hedgehog Crip walking to this, dude. 100%, dude. 0%. Jibbah, he's going to. Yeah, that's what he said. Calculated. You know, we try not to use those kind of words, dude. You know what I mean? The hats have like no attack. Really weird choice there. So I would definitely transient design the hats to have more attack. The clap has some nice attack on it though. The kick could have more sub punch to it. I feel like we're kind of lacking in the low end in general across this whole song. I would definitely try to have this kind of womp a little more on the kick, short, like a quick one, and then the bass line would benefit from some subharmonic saturation. It's like a Waves R bass style deal, or like I said, that Bark a Dog plugin. Just some low end resonance to make it beef up a little more.
We do want to fill our stadium up with our guys. I know that we have a good draw for people from out of town. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
The next up FM fam, dude. Mo the legend out here, dude. Mo the freaking legend out here. Best hairline on Twitch. Mo at Next Up FM.
Oh yeah, Mo, Next Up FM. I appreciate the raid.
How was your stream, gang? Everything went well, I hope. It's late for you, man. You don't have to answer that because you can definitely go to sleep right now. Let's fucking go. Hey, W, dude. Yeah, Next Up's great peoples, man. Great peoples, dude. Has some good ones. Hey, once I finish some of these songs, Next Up, I'm jumping in, dude. I'm throwing them at your stream. Once I finish some of the shit I'm working on. But I appreciate the raid, gang. Appreciate you, man. Always. I gotta hit you up about something on IG tomorrow, man. W, hit me. I got you. But yeah, last note about this joint here: the bass line would benefit from some subharmonic saturation. Like I said, Waves R bass type of deal. Hey, have a great one. Appreciate you, Mo. And low high compressor as well, or a multi-band compressor to level things out and allow you to push this bass a little more. It feels like I hear it happening, but it's just not really moving the groove like it could, because it's good programming, but the mix isn't focusing on the elements that make people come back to things, which is usually kick, clap, bass in this scenario. But you have a lot of the mix is pretty much pushed towards the call and response sort of synth work you're doing, which is cool, but that shit is only cool if it exists well within the actual groove of the song. And the groove of the song, no matter how you spin it, is still going to be kick, clap, bass. So get those three elements to feel like they're holding hands and feel important in the mix. Those other things are there to just kind of make things feel more interesting. But if those three elements aren't feeling as interesting, people aren't going to like it as much. And that's always kind of the philosophy I want you to take into your mixes going forward. But I appreciate you, Delta Vortex.
Thank you.
Boom, we're sending it straight to Suno. There it goes. Suno sent. Oh yeah. Vile wannabe. Hey, Sev in the building. What's good with you, Sev? Sevington. How you doing, dog? Is VWMB in the building? There he is. That's crazy, Delta Vortex. Hey, have a good night, man. All right, we got Musical Youth past the Dutchie. The WMB. Guess who freaking streamed today? Hey, you stream? You back? You back, dude?
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Why'd it take so long to start streaming again? Okay, that's my only question. How come? Everything's finally working. W, dude. W, well, we're glad to have you back, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. The community isn't the same if you're not involved, man. So that's a big W right there. If you guys don't follow, I hate Sev. We don't hate Sev. We love him, but that is his name, so I have to say that every time. Make sure you do that. All right. Make sure you go do that. That is an absolute must. Promotion at work and computer problems. Yeah, computer problems can be a bitch, bro. Promotions at work also makes sense. Makes sense. W. All right, we got I Wanna Be right here. Musical Ute. The musical Ute. After that, we got Orgies. We got Jesse. And then we got our last two after that, which is Reggae Guapo and Azabush. Well, you know what your name is if you're here. All right. You gotta let me know something if you are here. All right, here we go. Let's run it up. Boom, boom, boom. Back to being an unstoppable force. W, dude. W.
This generation rules the nation with version. Music answer the food of love. Sounds to really make you rub and scrub. I said, pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Give me the music, make me jump and jump. Give me the music, make me jump and jump. It's a lonely, breezy afternoon. How does it feel when you got no shoes? You can feel it 'cause it goes the front door. How does it feel when you got no shoes? So I left my gate and went out for a walk. How does it feel when you got no shoes? The dreadlocks camp, I heard them say. How does it feel when you got no shoes? Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Give me the music, make me jump and jump. Give me the music, make me rock in the dance. My gate and went out for a walk. How does it feel when you got no shoes? The dreadlocks camp, I heard them say. How does it feel when you got no shoes? Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Give me the music, make me jump and jump. Give me the music, make me rock in the dance. To find out what was going on. How does it feel when you got no shoes? 'Cause the spirit of Jah, you know he leads you wrong. How does it feel when you got no shoes? There was a great object and the session was there in swing. How does it feel when you got no shoes? I could feel the chill as I seen and heard them say. How does it feel when you got no shoes? Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Give me the music, make me jump and jump. Give me the music, make me rock in the dance. Let me say listen to the drum and me say listen to the bass. Give me little music, make me wind up your waist. You say listen to the drum and me say listen to the bass. Give me little music, make me wind up, make me pass it. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Give me the music, make me jump and jump. Give me the music, make me rock in the dance. You play it on the radio. I saw me say we are gonna hear it on the stereo. I saw me know we are gonna play it on the disco. I saw me say we are gonna hear it on the stereo. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Give me the music, make me jump and jump. Give me the music, make me rock in the dance. On the left hand side. 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 Say east, say west, say north and south. This is gonna really make me love and try. Say east, say west, say north and south.
Yeah, man. Boom, 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 boo. I got lost in the middle of this. Someone give him a map, dude. Someone get this fucking guy a map, dog. You know what I'm saying? What you need to hit up Ask Jeeves. You need to map this thing out, dude. We need to go print off the directions before we drive somewhere. Who's old enough to remember doing that, bro? That shit was wild. You had to have a printer in your house, dude. Pull up mapquest.com and type out where you're going, dude. And then just print it out and hope you hit the right streets. Ask Jeeves, dude. You remember that shit? You remember Ask Jeeves, dude? Before the days of Google? We had something before Google. All right, I got a couple more notes here for you. Let me see. Let's see. I got this one here. All right, let's talk about it. I'm running Netscape Navigator. You're a maniac, dude. There's no fucking safety on that thing. That's Mark Zero browses the internet with no safety on, dude. He's like, he's on the freeway with no seatbelt, dude, just whiling. Crazy. Yeah, Friendsters. Yeah, what you know about Friendster, dude? I'm going to release my album to Napster.com. I can't wait. All right, let's talk about this Val Wannabe. What about Internet Explorer? That's the basic one. You know what I mean? That comes. Email me at Juno. Damn. Hit me up on AOL Instant Messenger, dude. Boo-doo-doo-bing. You've got mail. Using my dial-up for net zero? Hell yeah, dog. Are these vocals an AI rip? I want to know. It sounds like they are. They have phase issues, and then it sounds like we leaned into that and added like extra phase or flanger of some sort. I don't know if it's the move, man. It's we know what it's supposed to sound like. We know what they're saying, but it has no low mid, so it feels weird and unnatural. If I have to do anything with an AI rip vocal, I will go ahead and I'll add a plugin like R-Bass on there, and I'll tune it all the way up to like 250 hertz, and I'm having it add in a little bit of like back into that vocal mix, and all of a sudden it just feels like they're a lot closer to us and not as AI ripped. In my opinion, the kick you're using right now is too sub-wompy, too much of the without enough mid-range punch to it, right? So I think the mid-range punch needs to exist on a joint like this. So I would use one with more focus on mid-range. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I would just use this kick right here. Okay, great. Or this one if you take the tail off. Great. Those are fine. Okay. That would definitely help this groove kind of pop out a little more. It feels kind of grooveless at points because we just have a lot of mud going on. There will come a day when I produce a normal beat, but not this one. It's all wonky. That's fine. That's fine. Well, this is how to unwonk it right here. By the time we get to the final hook, though, the vocal feels early, so I would make sure to adjust things to keep things in the pocket. We like things slightly late on the beat, so that last hook I would just grab it and just nudge it to the right a little bit. This genre of beat here is centered around the snare. Most of the groove is kind of centered around the snare. So I'd make sure that thing feels more important in the mix with more attack on it with the transient designer. I would also try to add some more high harmonics on that snare, so it really feels like it's popping. I would sidechain it through a lot of the melodic elements so that snare is like really important when it hits and it's kind of in your face. That's what people are really like dancing to when you dance this type of shit. So any of those like Afrobeat melodies, it's more centered around the snare than kick and snare. It's really making sure that snare is in your face and like important in the mix. Then the last thing for it, like a lot of the melodic elements are kind of crowding the mix with how much effects. They're like drowning in effects. I don't think they need that much reverb, that much delay. I don't love. There's like a melodic thing that's kind of playing the skank rhythm, the dunk dunk dunk. That's got a little bit of that. It's got like either an eighth or quarter note delay on it, and that's really crowding up the mix in the mid range. So when you have all these sounds that never go away, you're robbing that mix of potential depth. We need to create that depth by giving listener loud, quiet, loud, quiet, loud, quiet. But if there's always sound happening, now you've kind of raised your floor, so they're hearing like loud, slightly softer, loud, slightly softer. And if we kind of lose that dynamic range because we have so much going on, you never show them zero. So showing them zero can be really beneficial to give you more depth and have more bounce in your mixes. Yeah, always show them zero, right, Mark? That's right. Show them zero, dude. Works on the football field too, right? If a defense is showing zero, that could get the offense to change their play, right? So that's what I'm saying right there. That's the main things I'm hearing. But all in all, it's a W idea. You just got to hone in on mixing the groove a little more and make sure that snare is popping through. Appreciate you, gang.
Thank you.
Yeah, cover zero, dude. You run that shit, as long as you get to the quarterback, those plays can be crazy. It's either a touchdown or a sack pretty much every time. It's either a big play or a sack, dude, if they're running zero. Boom, 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 boom. Bang. Everyone's in. W. All right. We got orgies with Smash. I would do the opposite of what he just said. Thank you, PSP. Glad you're here. 5-star Geo.
Can you tell me what we doing? I got 2 freaky hoes tryna move in. Keep on shaking that ass, baby, got me like ooh shit. That bitch pussy wet and I ain't even do shit. This bitch stupid as hell, swear to God she clueless. When I up this fucking gun, you better move, bitch. I'ma shoot it in the party. Bitch, we too lit, girl, I'm sorry. Yeah, she the type to pass that pussy around to the block. Tryna be my girlfriend, baby, absolutely not. That bitch text my phone when I was running from the cops. Sent the news to my phone, she just got me caught. Now I'm on the way to jail, thinking about that ass. Bitch, you better pay my bill, I ain't got no cash. I can't eat your pussy, girl, I won't complete that task. All my brothers told me you the one that let them smash. Bitch, I knew it, you thought I was clueless. Girl, I'm not your boyfriend, you can't play me like I'm stupid. Fucking everybody that I know, bitch, you ruthless. Why the fuck you crying on my phone? What you doing? You don't know me, why you all up on me? Tell me that pussy good, baby, come and show me. Why I fucking wish you would ever try to smoke me? I'ma pull that pistol out my pocket, I ain't going. She the type to pass that pussy around to the block. Tryna be my girlfriend, baby, absolutely not. That bitch text my phone when I was running from the cops. Sent the news to my phone, she just got me caught. Now I'm on the way to jail, thinking about that ass. Bitch, you better pay my bill, I ain't got no cash. I can't eat your pussy, girl, I won't complete that task. All my brothers told me you the one that let them smash.
Yeah, man. Okay. All right. So this guy does. I think we saw a video with this same vocalist, right? Is this you rapping orgies, or you just did you do the beat? What's the vibes here? Boom, bim, 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 boo. Account deleted. Don't worry, man. You never get ready for to have a girlfriend. You just have one, then you realize, oh, this also sucks. You're fine. It's fun at first, then you're like, oh, I'm supposed to be friends with the person. It's you rapping. Okay, all right, cool. W, it's me rapping beat. It's you rapping beat. You're rapping the beat. You did everything. W, love that. That's fire. Okay, because I do like your character on stuff. You know, and with this style, like, a lot of people don't mind if your rapper's a little early. There's a couple times where there's some phrases that I would have shifted over to the right, but I'm weird with timing like that. So if you're good with it, that's fine. But just mix wise, we'll go over a couple things here. Way too much voltage dedicated to the 808 right now, right? The 808's cool, right? But man, we don't have any room for the vocal to really cut through if we're putting this much boom boom on the bottom end of this, right? This is like making a mixed drink and filling the whole thing up with ice. There's no room for the liquor in there. There's no room for the chase to go with it, right? We filled the cup up already with shit that we can't even hear, right? It's gonna damage speakers the way the mix is right now, and that's not what we want. We want people to come back to it, revisit it. You know, if this saturated tone is shit that we're really into, that's fine. But I want you to be able to do cleaner mixes still in this lane while still getting this texture that you want out of that 808. So I would definitely soft clip this 808. What I would do, I would build an 808 bus. I would take the 808 and I'd make two versions of it. I'd have one that's 100 hertz and down that I'm going to mono out, and I'm not going to put any saturation on that joint. No name brand over there on the YouTube side. I see you, player. Chicken noodle soup, tuna pasta salad, and beef stew. Those are the things you want to eat this week. You wildin', dude. That sounds like the whitest menu ever. You pulling up to the whitest menu ever. That's like low key what you get for dinner at a Denny's. That's crazy work. How dare you? So yeah, I would have two versions of the 808. One is just a clean mono 100 hertz and down version, right? Then the other one is that 100 hertz or 150 hertz, whatever you decide to do the cut and up version that I'm going to add that distortion to. Maybe I can put a widener on it. You can go crazy with the 150 hertz and up. That's where you get all your textures from, right? But you're going to have a clean low version so that you have more control of the voltage in there. And then I'm going to send both of those to an 808 bus. On the 808 bus, I would love to use a soft clipper on some shit like this, or you could just soft clip the high end. But that would also help you get a little more saturation and give you that kind of that sort of buzz sound you're looking for with a nice soft clipper. But also give you a more controlled sound that's not going to push us past that sound ceiling. We don't want to go past a certain threshold with that voltage there. I think the vocal in general can sit up in the mix a little more. You could just get that. You could achieve that through parallel compression. He feels like the beat's here and he's like back here, right? He's kind of behind the beat. If my hands are the beat, he's like over here. But I would prefer that vocal to be right up front, right? Front and center. Parallel compression is a great way to kind of bring things forward. If you don't normally do it, I think it'd be a good thing to have in your template, part of your workflow. So definitely study up how to dial up some parallel compression. It's a very easy technique. You can use any compressor for it. It's just about setting it up the right way and starting to hear what it does. And then cross-reference mixing would be highly beneficial for you, right? Especially if you're mixing your own voice, your own beat. Like, start pulling in successful songs in this lane that have millions and millions and millions of plays. Even if you don't love the artist, just to know their relationship. You're not listening for, do I like that song or not? You're listening for, okay, this is a very popular song with a lot of plays. What did they do with the 808? How loud is the low end on the 808? You can look at it on an analyzer in your session. You can compare that. You know, what's the 808's relationship to the snare? What's the snare's relationship to the lead vocal? Where's the lead vocal feel like it's sitting? Does it feel closer to me or further back like mine is right now? But just having something like that in your session, have a couple go-to reference tracks for this genre is kind of like, you know, instead of just mixing in circles and swimming out in the pool trying not to drown, you got something you can hold on to. You can grab the side of the pool real quick, reset your ears, jump back in, right? And if you're not sure how to use reference tracks, pull up the mixing video section of the Discord, and you go here. There's a little short here from Seed to Stage. He gives you a quick 60-second rundown on how to use reference tracks in your session. He's doing it in Ableton, but this same principle applies to FL Studio, Pro Tools, Logic, Studio One. I don't give a fuck, whatever you're using. BandLab, like same shit. So just understanding how to use those and understand why you would use those, and then how to kind of level out that reference track and your mix. I'm trying to get better at mixing and mastering. Yeah, just go check that channel out. I got a bunch of my favorite videos that I've found. I throw them in there. Anything else here? I think I would shorten the punch kick you're using with this 808 being so big coming in behind it. Just a quick boom, get out of the way. So use a transient designer, pull off some of the decay of that kick you're using, and I think you'd be in a better spot. And then this one right here, I've heard like 2 songs from you, and song structure seems to be not as emphasized as much on the recording end, and I think you would benefit a lot from leaning into thematic sections and actually having hooks that are easy to tell on a first listen where the hook is. If this has a hook, I couldn't tell you where it is. I couldn't tell you the song's called Smash off first listen because I have no idea if there's a part I'm supposed to remember as like the theme, right? And part of that is that like most people aren't actively listening to everything. They're not doing music feedback streams. They're not putting 2 headphones on and focusing on your song, right? The shit's gonna be playing in the background, and they'll remember things if they're catchy, right? You have the ability to make catchy things, but are you doing things to kind of hack the human attention span and make sure that people go, oh, I heard him do this earlier, right? I heard him do something different with the character. His verse was one vocal up the middle, and then the verse was one vocal up the middle plus a vocal on the left and a vocal on the right, helping out that thing in the middle. Telling me about hooks is insane. That's what I'm known for. I'm not telling you about them. I'm saying that if you start building that in a little more, making them sonically a little bit different from your verses, the shit would be even more popping. I'm not saying you can't write hooks. That's great. That's fantastic. But if your hook is just a single vocal all the time, all your hooks are just a single vocal, and then your raps are a single vocal, you're not quite tapping into the passive listener that's going to be able to remember your shit a little more. That's all. Just finding ways to sonically change it up a little bit so that it's clear to a listener. Listeners are dumb. You got to hold their hands through song structure, but they like song structure. So give them more song structure, especially if you're making the beat. You can also do more switch ups on the beat. When we get to that spot, you can do dropouts and get rid of the beat for a second, and then we go into a hook to let them know this climactic section, this thematic section is coming back, right? So that's all. Just putting more thought into when you're recording and editing songs, how to make the hooks stick out and be a little more sticky so that people remember them on first listen. That's all. But W Track Gang, I appreciate you, man. Always a pleasure, Orgies.
Thank you.
Yep, process them differently, for sure. While still keeping a vocal up the middle, but giving us a little extra shit on the outsides as well. Do 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 do. All right, we got this one from Jesse. I'm curious because we never get any ladies submitting things. I'm about to pay to get my shit down. Y'all make me feel like it's shit. It's new stuff every day. It's not shit. No, you're making cool music, man. This is never meant to discourage you at all. All right? And I'm not your target audience. Mark Zero is also not your target audience. Your target audience is like 13-year-old kids. You know what I'm saying? This is better, Jessica, this one? I got you. Yes, I am. Okay, well, I guess his Spotify rap said he was like 12 years old. Yeah. Okay, he's different then. Can we download this for a visualizer? Let's do it. Let's do it. I got room. We got room. Boom. This one's called what now? Painful Project. And what'd you do on this? Let's read it. Let's see what we got. Okay, my friend who owns a studio had some unused lyrics and gave them to me. He helped me record the vocals, and they turned out really well. I don't want to waste them. He got busy and couldn't finish the rest of the production, so he left the rest for me. I now have the high-quality vocal tracks, which I think I destroyed using autotune and reverb and more filters, but I'm not a pro when it comes to music production. I need simple beginner/medium level notes on how to make everything better and not a big mess. Even if I have to learn something, I'm willing to learn it. Okay, W. Understood. I'm just saying I hear so much to process in my dumbass brain. Stop calling it your dumbass brain. All right? You're already allowing one of the diseases of attitude creep in. All right? That disease is self-doubt. Self-doubt never did jack shit for anyone. You have all the tools you need to get it done. You already have everything you need to make a really poppin' album. It's there, dog. But you have to tell yourself better stories. That's all. Tell yourself better stories, all right? We're going to work on what Jessica says about herself, all right? Right here. Beginner, medium level notes. Now we're going full notes, and you're gonna get all your questions answered. How about that? Let's check it out. This is a Painful Project here from Jesse.
You said she was just a friend. Funny how those stories bend. Found a name on your phone. Guess the truth can't hide that tone. I tore the pictures of the walls, every frame, every lie, every call. You built a wall with borrowed trust. Now it's ashes, dirt and dust. You played your part so easily. on, you lit the fuse, now we're on the fire. You can't do, I'm done pretending I see through. You lost the best you ever knew. No second chances, no excuse. I'm not the one still missing.
Hell yeah. This is a very cool idea. The issue though is that it's like absolutely swimming in Vatican reverb right now. Be like the first problem, right? I can't even like fully react to everything going on in the mix because it is so drenched in verb. It's kind of like if we put too much salt on the food, right? People are like, oh, I bet that's pretty good, but god damn, there's a little too much salt in there, dude, right? So that's what's going on off the rip. I got a couple notes for you. Also, you're part of the community now over here, Jesse, so you can always ask us extra questions here in the chat and stuff like that. If there's anything that we go over on stream that you don't understand, we have plenty of people that are very knowledgeable, and I get to a lot of people, especially if you tag me in the Discord chat if you have any questions on things. So don't think it's weird to do that. That's totally fine. The formant shifted layer that's happening the entire song. All right. The entire song is super distracting from the lead vocal. The vocal performance sounds like it's cool, but we're not allowed to hear it because we've got the formant shifted one. That's sitting underneath it the entire time, right? I don't mind if we use that and we blend it in a little bit. It's got to be on a separate channel if it's not already. So if it's a plugin that's making that happen, I would go about it a different way to get it on a separate channel. And then I'm using a spreader to get it out of the middle. The middle, I want it to just be the lead vocal. They're sitting up the middle. Without that layer sitting right underneath it. I'd have that layer out wide. Like that's gonna help a lot with giving us a little more space there in the middle of the mix. The middle of the mix in general. What if we wanted to be Drake underwater? Then when Drake does those underwater things, they're actually changing the sample rate. They're not just doing a low pass filter. Wild, dude. So yeah, we're pulling a little too much focus away from lead vocal. That's the biggest problem going on here, for sure. 40 a genius, Stone. Straight up. So yeah, there's just way too much reverb on the lead vocal, right? This is a headphone mix, I think. I don't think you ever land on this much reverb with studio monitors. But the reverb isn't making the mix sound massive and orchestral. It's making it sound really crowded. We're never allowed to hear the floor, right? We're always hearing the tail end of the last vocal you did, or if you hit an S on that vocal, we're hearing that for the next 10 seconds, right? So backing off the reverb and kind of cleaning this thing up, and then slowly bringing some of the reverb in, but I think a lot less verb, like smaller spaces and a lot less of it, and make sure that we're doing reverb not directly on that lead vocal signal, but sending it to a channel where we have that reverb on that channel, and then you can dial in how much of that reverb comes back in. You can EQ just the reverb on its own, while still having the original signal kind of driving the bus through the middle of the mix. So that's a great way to be doing it. The tune was fine for most of the song. There is one spot that hits an accidental around the 1 minute mark on like a walk-up line. I would assume that that particular section, beat actually hits an accidental, and we do some kind of step up. It felt like a half step that the beat did, and the whatever tune you're using didn't want to do that. So I would look at that one particular section there. The drum mix right now feels super far away from us as well. Like our drums are all in the same Vatican reverb that the vocals in. This is kind of making the whole thing feel like we've washed it over with we've kind of washed the whole thing over with the same sonic spacing, right? Everything feels like it's happening in this giant, massive Costco-sized church, and there's no separation anymore of the guitar sounds or the vocal sound or the low vocal sound or anything else. It's hard for me to pinpoint what the different sounds are because it all just sounds like a big wall of the same treatment, right? So sonic separation is very important. Just using smaller reverb spaces, right? So like using a small room for a piano sound, having that reverb just on that with a small room, and then having like a medium plate verb for this other sound, and then having a vocal studio room sound for the lead vocal. Just creating these different spaces for the listener puts different pockets in your mix and gives you what's called sonic spacing. And right now there is no sonic spacing really happening. Everything feels like it's going through the same reverb plugin. If not, then it's going through the same type of reverb where everything's this kind of massive hall or church cathedral type of reverb. So yeah, I put a big focus on bringing that clean vocal forward. That's less reverb to bring it forward, and then I'd also look into doing some parallel compression on a lead vocal like this to make it sit up in the mix. But the drum mix also really needs like a drum bus. So I would work on how to build a drum bus in your DAW. Whatever you're using, and depending on what you're using, we might be able to point you in the right direction. But that's going to change a lot of what you're doing. For me personally, I ran through it earlier on stream, but I'll use like 10 different buses on a mix to get things all the way to that stereo bus and then to the master fader. So I'm not just relying on like one spot to really control my levels and how much things are meshing. I'm doing it many, many, many times over at different spots, and that kind of subtle pushing all the way through the mix and kind of, okay, these are like items, we're going to join those up, and then they're going to meet up with more like items, and we're going to join those up again. Each time we're joining them up, I'm using a single band limiter. I'm just barely touching it with that, instead of having one limiter smash the whole mix at the end to make it loud. And I want to mix into the limiters because I want to know what it's going to feel like when it gets loud. And this is very, like, right now this is quiet, right? That's why we have so much reverb and all this like space allowed. But if this actually get loud, we're gonna hear more problems. But right now, I would love to hear a version of this in the future where we back off of the verb and then we can really do some more focused feedback on what I would have you focus on fixing with the drums. Because like I said, the sound selection sounds like it's fine. Like the production doesn't sound like it needs anything. It just needs the focus on the elements that make us like the song, which would be like the kick, the snare, and bringing that lead vocal forward, that main lead vocal that we can really connect with and then be able to understand everything being said, because it's a cool singing voice. It's a cool idea. But yeah, that's like I said, production wise has all the elements, just needs to be mixed more with more intention and mixed to the groove. So it's, I don't think you need to add extra stuff to this. It's just do less in terms of effects, and be more intentional about getting more attack out of the mix in the mid-range. You win mixes in the mid-range by creating depth and dynamics. And with all this reverb, you never show us the floor to build that depth, if that makes sense. So keep at it. If you want to learn a little more about mixing vocals and stuff, but you're not sure where to look, here in the Discord, we have a section called mixing videos where it's just stuff I've put up here. And you can start at the top. This is about mixing vocals from a legendary engineer here in Miami who mixed for Beyonce, Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, a whole bunch of people. Who did the Z's? And this one here about mixing low end. This is more like hip hop low end. You may not be using that for that track, but a lot of these videos are just kind of about parallel compression on this wizard guy. Why people make certain moves, how compression works. Right, it's a great video on that. Sometimes I give little blurbs about what they're for. So yeah, definitely start with a couple of those videos, and that'll get you on the right path. And again, like I said, any questions, if you can deal with the randomness in this chat, you can definitely just tag me in things and ask me questions or ask any of the community. People are very nice in here. We'll respond. So yeah, W track though. Appreciate you sending this through and hanging out with us, and sorry it took so long to get to you. That's how it goes sometimes. W, Jessica. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Keep at it. Keep learning. Keep learning the shit. Don't stop. Have to learn these things first. Don't. It's good. It's good that you know where to think about where to be learning things, what avenues to be going down. That's a good start. So when you have more questions, hit us up. We'll be here 5 days a week. You can ask questions all the time. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Boom. And we're going to send that off to Timbaland@suno.com. Boom. Hey, I'm up next. Also, W, Jessica Song. Hell yeah, dude. Call him on his personal number any hour of the day. That doesn't work. I don't ever answer my shit. My mom could call. I'm not picking up on the first ring. She got to try a couple times. I don't answer the phone anymore, dude. Sometimes Jobless will. I'm on Do Not Disturb 24/7. Hell yeah, dude. It's not bad. Don't you dare say that, Jessica. It's not bad. The mix just needs a little work. Hey, Raymond made it in. He's been trying for a whole day. Appreciate you coming back, gang. Squid Furnace, if it's kicking you out, my G, it's because you don't have an avatar image. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. That's what's going on. Just any avatar image, and it's going to let you in. I have to do that to defend from bots. We have people under 18. I can't have crazy bot raids. All right. We're down to our last two. Right? We got Reggie Guapo, a.k.a. Reggie Guap. Yeah, Squid Furnace, that's all, man. You get in there. You've been trying to get in there for a minute. You get in there, I'll give you the permissions if you just get in the welcome area. But it won't let you sit in there until you have any kind of image like that. So this default thing doesn't work. So it can be any image. That's it for your Discord profile. You fix that, hit the link again, and I'll make sure you get the Jibbah VIP so you can go download that subsample pack. Crazy. It's because we got raided with gore. Someone raided the stream with gore, with the Discord with gore, and I can't have that. We have like 1,000 people in here. I want to make sure it's safe for everybody. So there's a lot of things watching. You know what I'm saying? So we got the Secret Service out here, dude. Yeah, Mark Zero. You'll run into that, dog. Especially if you display Discord on stream. Like I can do it now. It happened like probably, I don't know, probably 6 months ago, 8 months ago. But now I have 2 bots in here that just fuck everything up. It just fucks everything up. If you try to post more than one photo, it puts you in quarantine. You can't leave. If you try to post too many pictures, it throws you in quarantine. You can't dip. And then I can figure out who you are. Yeah, then you ended and deleted. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, but I can teach you game, man, if you want the 2 bots I'm using and how to set them up. I found one video that was really nice, dude. They try to get me every once in a while. Yeah, man. They think they got nothing better to do. They stopped trying over here. Got it 2 days ago. There you go. Yep. Fucking weird, dude. Like, go do something more productive with your life, man. It's weird. W Jibbah bots. One of them is really called the Wick bot, I think. It's John Wick inspired, dude. A sauce bot. I don't think I want to know what that is. Check the pics channel. You better not have done it. Oh, you got your kitty cat. Hell yeah, dude. We already decorated for Christmas. This guy is chilling, dude. Holy fuck, he's up there. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, we're getting our Christmas tree like on Friday. So our cats will be in that bitch too. W gang. W cat. Yeah, cat photos are always welcome. These aren't welcome. Don't post these kind of photos. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, dude. All right. We got Guapo baby. And is Aziza here too? Do we know? Anyone know? Post the dog. Yeah, a puppy's always welcome as well. You know what I'm saying? I probably threw my cats in there at some point. All right, what's up, y'all? I'm Reggie Guap from Oakland, California. Shout out to Oakland, dude. Oak City, Icetown. Even though E40's from Vallejo, but still the Bay Area. This song is called Come On. It's my latest release. It's on all streaming platforms under Reggie Guap. Also, I'm on IG at Reggie Guap. Look at you. Look at you. Got a fucking press kit. I like it. I like it, dude. I'll make sure to follow Reggie Guap on IG.
Hey, what's the word? What's the business? What it is?
Wait, I gotta pay for Apple Music. I already have Apple Music, but I don't have a link to my computer. Can I look it up anywhere else? You go up. Come on. Boom, 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 boom. This feels promising. I think we nailed it. Boom, we're gonna follow Reggie over here. There it is.
Yeah. Hey, what's the word? What's the business? What it is? Came a long way from eating ramen noodles in the crib since a kid. They ain't live how I live. They ain't did what I did. Took a knife to my back, but they was aiming for my head. Same niggas I done fed. Now they want a nigga dead. Hanging on by a thread, cause this shit get into my head. Looking over every corner, finding out where niggas live. Can never let a nigga get me, and I put that on my dead. Stand 2 steps ahead, that's how I gotta move. When you a player in the game, you make all the moves. Yeah, you make all the moves. Connect straight to that bag like it's calling you. Direct straight to that cash, baby, I'm en route. Paul Pierce in that booth, baby, I'm the truth. Shut the deuce, but I'm the one, baby, not the two. And baby, that's the truth. Hey, look. Late nights, I had to make it. If I ain't have it, then I had to take it. Mask off, mask on like Jason. I know my mama praying. She prayed that her boy gon' make it. I pray that the Lord don't take me. Devil on my soul, it can't take it. Can't take it. Come on now. Ay, ay, come on now. Ay, ay, ay. Late nights, I had to make it. If I ain't have it, then I had to take it. Mask off, mask on like Jason. Like Jason. Like, look at all them late nights, boy, I had to make it. Opportunity was slim, so I had to take it. Shots popping every night, sound like fried bacon. If you ain't cut from this cloth, probably can't take it. Lost so many niggas gone, said they ain't make it. All this pain up in my songs, boy, you can't fake it. But sometimes it get too strong and I can't shake it. Rolling up another for a nigga face it. With all the smoke, like a nicotine fiend vaping. Shit, all I know is get green, nigga stack paper. Cashing out on some rims on a new scraper. Cashing out on my cut, this a new taper. Cashing out on old niggas now favor. You crashing out over the bitch, yeah, that's bad behavior. Up in the bay, we keep it trill and we keep it player. Hey, let me show your ass some tricks on how to stack paper. Late nights, I had to make it. If I ain't have it, then I had to take it. Mask off, mask on like Jason. I know my mama praying. She prayed that her boy gon' make it. I pray that the Lord don't take me. Devil on my soul, I can't take it. Can't take it. Come on now. Come on now. Ay, ay, ay. Late nights, I had to make it. If I ain't have it, then I had to take it. Mask off, mask on like Jason. Like Jason. Like.
Hell yeah, dude. That shit was crazy. Yeah, man. I like your style here for sure. It's got a little Bay Area, a little bit of Nipsey influence, I feel like, as well. But we're a big fan of the Bay Area stuff here in Seattle, man. I grew up on hella E40. A whole bunch of Oakland shit too. Obviously Tupac. But just in general, beats out of the Bay Area is like my shit when it comes to like that stuff from the early 2000s all day. But yeah, I like the swag. I like the character on everything. It's fantastic. Good timing, dude. Mix wise, there's a few things. Born and raised in the Bay, DJ Ray Mix. How you doing, dog? You finally made it to the Discord too. I appreciate you. Keep trying, man. San Jose in the building. Hell yeah. Yeah, my wife lived in San Jose for a couple years. I wish this kick had more mid-range punch on it. That's the main thing. This kick's really like wumpy, subby. But something that would have given it more bounce. Nice, the beat maker. It's a cool beat. I would have done a few things differently mix-wise and like with the sound selection as well to make the mid-range of this feel a little more interesting, have more textures, right? Like a kick like this would have cut through a little more and gave us a little more of that bop to kind of give this a little more bounce, because it's programmed in, just the sound doesn't cut through the mid-range. There's not enough click on that kick sound. I probably would have layered in a mono clap sound as well. You worked on the song, sent a message on Discord, WDJ. I would have layered a mono clap sound in here because the clap here has a little bit of width to it, which is fine. It has like that kind of white noise type of clap. But you notice when we get to the turnarounds, there's like a splash clap, a little psh. That one is mono up the middle. And that feels a lot more rooted in the groove right there when we have that mono clap sound. Because when something isn't mono on like a kick or a clap or a snare, what's really happening to make it feel wider is that usually we're having it happen at a slightly different timing in the left and the right ear. That's like really the only thing it's really doing for the most part. And having a slightly different timing while it sounds cool and wide, sometimes the mix doesn't hold up when people play it on like their iPhone speaker, right? It feels like it's lacking. It feels like the clap's not as in your face as it should be. It's not having as much punch. So I would always try to anchor things with like a little clean, quick, fast clap that's like right up the middle. And all of a sudden the whole mix would feel like it's a little more pointed and in your face in the mid-range there. So something to keep in mind for future records. Obviously this one's out. We're not worried about that now. Other thing I would have tried, I probably would have had a little clean buzz distortion on this bass sound. It's a cool bass line, very Bay Area bass line, but I want to make sure that it's heard and appreciated on any kind of size of speaker, right? So when I say a clean buzz distortion, I mean like a cleaner tone, not like we don't want that. So just like a cleaner tone buzz distortion that's going to carry that note up through the mix so that we can hear what's going on down in that the subs and the low mid range, even through the mid range. So that's another little technique there to give that, make that feel a little more important, because that really does drive the groove. Kick, clap, and bass. In Bay Area music, that's like what it's all about. The other thing is I would have considered sidechaining the clap through the electric piano to push the groove a little more. That electric piano is cool, but all those held notes and held chords is taken away from that sort of bop that we could have with that Bay Area shit, where we want to show them the floor sometimes. Boom, da-dum, da-dum, dum, clap, everything out the way. Boom, back into the next beat. Just having stuff kind of go away kind of gives it more of that bounce, right? And that's kind of that bounce you want for this style. And I think having like big reverbs on some of the melodic elements kind of pulls away from the bounce and makes it even like a little smoother, which doesn't quite lean into what I would have done if I was mixing this particular song. But I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just a technique I would use to try to get more bounce out of what's already there. Because the bounce is in there, I just would have mixed towards that, if that makes sense. And then the hook parts, well, I like that you switched up and we can tell where the hook is. They could have used more dubs and harmonies, especially when we got to the Come On Now, because that's like the name of the song. But it could just be unison dubs. You could just do your vocal up the middle and do the same vocal for the left, same vocal for the right. That automatically gives us a stereo feel plus that mono vocal up the middle still. And then we could have experimented with doing harmonies beyond that. Like at the end, I felt like there was opportunities to do harmony.
Late nights I had to make it. If I ain't have it, then I had to take it. Mask off, mask on, like Jason, like can't take it. Come on now,
come on now, come on now, boom. What is that?
Come on now. Late nights I had
Yeah, this isn't like one of those Egyptian scales, dude. W. But yeah, there's definitely harmonies that could have happened with the come on now, come on now, come on now. Wouldn't have to be even higher. You could do them honestly with like Melodyne and fuck around with it. But just things to make those thematic sections feel larger than life. There's a few things that I would have pushed for if I was recording it. But all in all, W, man, I like you as an artist. This is cool shit. So definitely want to hear more from you going forward, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us today and sending this through, man. Reggie Guap, baby. W stuff. I like it.
Thank you.
Abso-friggin-lutely, man. Abso-friggin-lutely. And shit, I think that's it for us tonight, man. Because it's already 1:36. I'm up way too motherfucking late. What am I doing? The hell am I doing, gang? Boom. Yeah, that song was dope, though. I don't think Aziza Bushkara is in the building. Because I done asked about 18 times already. Did I hit 4 hours? Hell yeah, I hit 4 hours? Let's go, dog. Hell yeah, we hit 4, baby. Alright. Where are we going then? Is anyone still up? Should we rate Ty Dolla $ign? He doesn't need I Show Speed does not need a raise. He got a lot of them. Dog. No shower right now. Look, Ty's doing something now. We'll just rate Ty, dude. If it lets us. I don't know if it'll let us. There we go. Go watch them cook up. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'm making music tomorrow night. We're finishing a feature, gang. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, be kind to yourself and everybody else. It's your boy, Big Jibbah. We gone. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. Yes, sir. Whoa, what is he cooking up?